Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, and we are in the building. AFC North
Jabbo 3 just
football.
resubscribed for 10 months.
I apologize for the tardiness. I'll tell you why in just a little bit, but we got good news. It was about to be bad news, but whatever the case may be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios once again for AFC North Showdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers go on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals for the right to take a 3.5 game lead in the AFC North. The Bengals losers of 4 in a row. Aaron looking to continue to put on a magnificent performance, leading the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is time for your that should throw a flag for a face mask. Your 2025 NFL Week 7 Thursday Night Football game. Highlight commentary. Hopefully y'all been having yourselves a very good Thursday. First and foremost, I just got back from dropping my father at home. He was in the hospital today. The old man, the patriarchal seed providing Adonis, was not feeling very good and took himself to the hospital last night. I called an Uber to take him to the emergency room, and then they ended up admitting him, and he was there up until not that long ago. So I had to go to the hospital. Evidently, he was fine. He was able to get released. There was a little bit of a hiccup. Whatever the case may be, the old man is back home, so we are all right. At least for now. Whatever the case may be, hopefully y'all having yourselves a magnificent Thursday. Barack 09er put 2 on, said, hope Pittsburgh shits the bed against the Bengals. I certainly hope not. Oscar put 5 on, see we got ourselves an icy hot bowl between the unks. Whoever wins the QB will get a free chairlift. Indeed. Indeed. And Ryan put 5 on, said, Chisel, my man, been too long. Go Steelers. As long as they don't lose by more than 4 points. AFC team rankings, I will let you guys know. Here we go. 3rd and 6 for Aaron. Rolling towards his left. Got all kinds of time. Rolling right. No Trey Hendrickson. Maybe he might have to use his legs. Over the middle. Got his man. Touchdown, Jonnu Smith. Pittsburgh Steelers with a touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers with a touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers with a touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers with a touchdown already. Let's go, baby. Aaron over the middle. Got Jonnu Smith. That's a touchdown. Pittsburgh takes the lead. Let's fucking go. All right. Let's go. Yeah, I think it was something where he was throwing up. Here's what was concerning. My mother called me yesterday, said my father wasn't feeling very good, right? So when I called my father, within 20 seconds, extra point through the uprights as a 7-0 lead. When I called my father, he started throwing up within 15 seconds of the call. So I said, ooh, that's concerning, right? My mother then proceeds to, I don't want to say scream. Those of you who are Haitian, you know it. So she says, she starts to, have a bit of, she goes up an octave, if you will. And I say, Mom, what's wrong? She says, the vomit is black. I said, black? What is this, anime? He's throwing up like darkened blood? What do you mean the throw up is black? So I don't know if it was legitimately that color or not. She didn't send any photos or nothing. So she's like hysterical. My dad is just, maybe something's wrong or whatever the case is. But as the evening continued to move forward, because that's what last night I was considering going live, but then I was just going back and forth trying to figure out what was going on with the old man. So we ended up taking him to, well, I should say I called the Lyft from where I'm at for the taxi to go and take him to the hospital. He was in the emergency room. I went to sleep about midnight, but I told my mom keep me, monitored so she can't really text like that. My mom's 71. So given that was the case, I get a message on WhatsApp from her at 5, let me get the message. At 5:41, saying that they said they're going to keep my father for days, and you're waiting until 6 o'clock. She's waiting until 6 o'clock. They said they'll keep him for 2 days. They kept him. So I'm like, okay. I wake up at about 7 something, go to the gym, was finally able to get in contact because his phone died. I guess they never charged their phone. So his phone died. I want to say at one point throughout the night, so I there was no way to get in contact with my dad. So my mom, when she finally made it home, she kind of told me what the situation was, went to the hospital. Then when I went to the hospital, saw my dad, he was perfectly fine. Like, he's in good spirits. The only thing was that his blood pressure was a bit high. So once that was situated, the doctors pretty much said, hey, they're going to let him go home at one point in the afternoon. But as I was waiting for them to run the final test, I'm like, shit, yeah, we coming up kind of on the time. But lo and behold, they ended up running the tests. Blood pressure seemed to be relatively stabilized. They say, hey, yeah, we don't know what just happened. It could have just been a situation where he had a bit of a stomach bug, was just throwing up, something spiked in the blood pressure, but he seems to be all right. I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. Then they discharged the old man. He got home. We are here, and now it's time for Steelers football. So yeah, so the old man is all right for the most part, but we've got to make sure that he's in good spirits and he's okay. But I appreciate you guys. I see a whole lot of prayer hands and prayers for my father, well wishes. So I appreciate you guys immensely. Because there's nobody in my life more important than my old man. So given that the last thing for all intents and purposes that I have that I want to achieve on him is get him to the World Cup next year. So I cannot allow this man to mess around and expire under any circumstance, no matter what it may be, before that happens. Of course, the grandchildren, all that other stuff. But I got to get that man to the World Cup. I called my shot years ago, so I got to make it happen. So that's neither here nor there. But I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad he is all right. Nonetheless, we shall move from here. The Pittsburgh Steelers took a score on the opening drive, leading 7-0 on the road in Cincinnati. Here comes Old Man Flacco to lead the Cincinnati Bengals. Very first play from scrimmage. Where's Chase Brown going? Absolutely nowhere. He tried to withdraw some yardage. The Pittsburgh Steelers deposited a only gain of 1. It would have been a much better delivery of said words if man's got stopped for a loss, but that's neither here nor there. But keep in mind, Cincinnati, no Trey Hendrickson here on defense. Meanwhile, on offense, they are dead last as it pertains to running the football, and it's been that way for the last 4 years. It's been absolutely atrocious. I couldn't even get a doggone suit on. I'm usually suited and booted for these games. Oh, damn, down goes Flacco. Keanu Benton breaking through, taking down Flacco. I think he might just have taken the lead in sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers now. I think that could be 3, because I could have swore there was a game in which he had 2.5 sacks. Whatever the case is, we are here. Somebody's watching on Prime Vision. Not me. Not me. Let me get the remainder of the donations. By the way, shout out to everybody who's watching on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and also over on Kick. I appreciate you guys tuning into the doggone stream. We got a hype train going over on Twitch. I appreciate you. 3rd and long. Joe Flacco over the middle. Of course he's going to find a first down. And it's picked up by T. Higgins to move the chains across the 40. The Pittsburgh Steelers love to bend. They don't break. But my God, whenever they do the bending, it is an unfortunate situation. By the way, this stream is brought to you by Underdog. Make sure you scan that QR code. Download the Underdog app. Use the promo code Adonis if you have not already. Currently, right now, we got ourselves a one-on-one draft battle going, and do I feel very confident? I can't necessarily say I do, but whatever the case may be, we'll see how things mess around and play out moving forward. I have on my squad, it is not loading right now, so I'll get that to you momentarily, but here we go, 1st and 10. There's a handoff, Chase Brown. Ooh, great tackle right there to stop him, but it's already a gain of 5. Let me get my squad here for you. I'm leading 11-3 at the moment. See, my team is Aaron Rodgers. I have Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf. Bring that right. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, T. Higgins, and Kenneth Gainwell. Meanwhile, my opponent has Jalen Warren, Joe Flacco, Chase Brown, and Jamar Chase. Now, this was a very difficult one-on-one situation because, of course, you're only utilizing the players from, oh, my God, he's going deep. He's got T. Higgins. No, he overthrew him. I guess he did not run. He ran straight down that red line. He was supposed to seam it a little bit outside. By the way, the Cincinnati Bengals, all white uniforms with the tiger stripes, and it looks great, as Tony the Tiger once said. Top Shotter, resubscribed. I appreciate you, family. Much love. Insane, but resubscribed as well. 25 months. I appreciate you. T-Mac in the building. What's happening, family? Game Hunter resubscribed as well. I appreciate you. Much love, team of 74. I mean, I can't go that far, man. Haiti got to win their next 2 games. 3rd and 6 right now. Here comes Flacco looking for somebody over the middle. Got his man. Great tackle to take him down. Thornhill, way to stop the doggone drive. And Cincinnati will end their drive right here. They're not going for it. Stop playing. You ain't going for it. You ain't going for it. Get him off the field. Magnificent play. Way to make a beeline to the football to get these boys off the field. Where was Jamar Chase going? A whole lot of nowhere. Gain of only 1 yard. You needed 6. Get him off the field. There we go. 4th and 4. I should say they got 2. 4th and 4. Nobody jump off sides. Nobody jump off sides. Nobody jump off sides. We got to open this doggone game up. We got to open this doggone game up. There's the punt. It is going to get fielded at the 16-yard line. Protect that football now. Protect that football now. He's going to get stopped there at the 25, 26-yard line, and Pittsburgh's coming back onto the field. Yeah, 2 old men in this game. Let me tell you something. Icy Hot, Ben Gay, Robitussin, Sinzu Beans. All of these things will be incredibly important on the sidelines during this game. All right? Because we've got 2 old men at the helm for both these teams. I need you to understand right now, these are 2 quarterbacks that were born during the Reagan administration. These are elderly quarterbacks on the field right now. The 2nd oldest quarterback matchup in the history of the NFL. Only second to Brady versus Breeze. These 2 motherfuckers is old as hell. You understand? Aaron Rodgers has been in the league since the moon landing. Joe Flacco has been in the league when Lyndon B. Johnson was president. These 2 dudes are old as hell. All right? They've been in the league before it was desegregated. All right, they used to utilize bathrooms that was whites only, not by choice, but by circumstance. These quarterbacks are incredibly elderly. You understand what I'm saying? They were around before vehicles became usable. They used to travel by way of horseback. They used to get their mail by way of carrier pigeon. These are incredibly elderly quarterbacks at the helm tonight, all right? They struggle to be a bit mobile. They have to utilize all kinds of WD-40s on their knees in order to move around in the pocket. If there's no protection for either one of these quarterbacks, they might end up resorting back to dust. You know, whenever somebody passes away, they say ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right? That might just happen if one of them get hit hard enough. You remember watching Avengers Infinity War? I don't feel too good, Mr. Stark. And what happened to Spider-Man? He then turned into dust as he disintegrated into the ethos. If Aaron Rodgers or old man Flacco gets hit way too hard, you might see them disintegrate into the ethos. It's going to be a bad situation. Somebody tell the backup quarterbacks to be prepared. Mason Rudolph, Jake Browning, be prepared. If something happens to these quarterbacks, there's not going to be a situation where we say, they're going into the blue tent. Oh, no. They're bringing out the cart. Oh, no. It's going to be a disintegration of their existence for their families. In the case of Aaron Rodgers, for all intents and purposes, apparently the family and him, they don't commingle. But Joe Flacco seems to be a bit of a family man. They won't have the opportunity to get in contact with them because the old man will disintegrate into the ethos. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody go and find those Dragon Balls to ensure if and when the old men disintegrate into the ethos, they can be wished back and finish the game. But nonetheless, here we go. We are back from commercial break. Here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. Somebody clip the entire rant. Here come the Pittsburgh Steelers from the 26-yard line. 7:25 left to go. Here's the pitch over to Jalen Warren. He's going to find the seam, pick up a first down. He's taking it down to the 39-yard line. Oh, boy. Some people ask, do I have scripts? I don't. I'm just a lunatic with a terrible sense of humor, to say the least. DK Metcalf on that magnificent catch as we got ready to go live earlier in the evening. Here we go. There's a dump off. There's DK Metcalf. Where's he going? Gain of about 5. If I'm not mistaken, outside of DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin, Steelers receivers have what? 5 receptions? Let me go see what it is for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is terrible. The amount of receptions, if you will, from people not named DK Metcalf. And remember, Calvin Austin's been out for a couple of games. It's bad. There's no receivers who's holding on to the football. I know Skoranek had a catch at one point. You also had Scotty Miller made a play. But outside of that, oh shit, they're running a flea flicker. Protect for Ron. Throw that shit away. Throw it into the ground. Come on now. By the way, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers leads the league in throwaways, but that's definitely messing up his completion percentage, which I don't think he's at the stage in which he cares about playing for stats. But I think his QBR or whatever the case may be, statistically, he may be near like middle of the pack or bottom of the league, but he's made a lot of winning plays thus far. Yeah, he's yelling at Warren, maybe. Oh, Roman Wilson also had a catch as well. But a lot of folks got to mess around and get involved here from the receiver position. Also, Pat Frymouth got what? 1-2 catches on the entire season? Smooth. It might be your last year in Pittsburgh. 3rd and 4. Ron looking for somebody. Going down the field. Magnificent. Oh, he tried to find Jonnu Smith. Pass sailed incomplete. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to punt. Pain. You got to get a little bit of separation right there. That could have been a big play. Jonnu Smith got to get a little bit of separation right there. Let me get some statistics over here. So let's see. Receiving. You have, Gainwell's a running back, of course. Oh, Jonnu Smith has 17. He's a tight end. Jalen Warren, that's a running back. Calvin Austin has the 10 catches. Pat Frymouth got 8 catches. My apologies. Darnell Washington, he's got 6. Oh, Connor Hayward, that's a tight end as well. He's got. Roman Wilson has 2 catches. Ben Skoranek has 1. Golly. That's terrible. So outside of DK Metcalf tonight, 2 activated receivers have receptions, and it combines for 3. There's no other wide receiver. We need one. Expeditiously before the trade deadline is concluded, and furthermore, we got to sign somebody in free agency. I don't know who it can be, but we got to get somebody. And I don't mind if it's a savvy veteran. I do not mind that. I got Dallas said sign Tom Grassi. Let me tell you something right now. We need somebody inside of the booth doing a bit of color commentary. We could go and get Tom Grassi, but we trying to win a Super Bowl. And he might mess around and go become a turncoat if in the event somehow history were to repeat itself and it's Super Bowl 45 all of a sudden, but it's Super Bowl 60 and it's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tom Grassi will defect in the midst of the game, so we cannot sign him. Old man Beckham, believe it or not, I would not mind it because he's going to be a very cheap signing right there. If you watch his episode on The Pivot, he did mention he would not be above going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, the numbers got to kind of make sense. I don't expect him to be the Odell Beckham of old. I just want to see veteran receivers who can go and make plays because in today's day and age, folks constantly overlook the importance of having vets in the locker room. I've always expressed throughout the years the importance of having those savvy vets and what they do for the locker room. I would not mind that. And I already said early, week 2, week 3, week 4, somebody get Amari Cooper on the phone. Call the retired man and say, hey, man, pick up the cleats, Unc. You want to play with Unc? Get him up out of here, please. Get him up out of here. We need more Uncs on the feet. Well, maybe not so much more Uncs, but that's neither here nor there. Ryan had put 5 on it earlier, said, have I been seeing the AI videos of Mr. Rogers talking with Eazy-E, Biggie, and Tupac? I've seen Mr. Rogers' edits. I haven't seen those particular edits. It's getting out of hand. Kids are going to believe they're real. The issue is, and I mentioned this in the video that I did, which is performing very well, this is the worst AI will ever be. So given that's the case, just imagine what it's going to look like in 5 years or so. You won't be able to tell what's real and what's fake. So ultimately, it's going to be a situation where give it 20-some years from now, because the children now don't know what life was like prior to the internet and prior to social media. It's become so prevalent in the everyday, the everyday cycle of life. You don't know what life is without it. Give it 20 years to where an entire generation of the youth doesn't know what life is like without AI. Oh, we're cooked. We are cooked. It's going to be a whole new world. Nobody going to know what's going on. Jamar Chase on the catch, gain of 8. That magnificent first play to open up the drive here for Cincinnati. Somebody got to stop him right here. Virtual Fireball, put $1 on it. I appreciate you. Gordy man in the building. What's happening? Steelers going to be whooping them all night. I sure hope so because Mike Tomlin is what? Oh, he's 0-4 in the last 4 Thursday night games, and the last 6 on the road we've lost. It's been bad. I remember we beat Carolina. I remember we beat Tennessee. Outside of those two, I think we've lost on Thursday night every single time for like the last 9 years or 7 years. It's bad. It's bad. Oh my God. Jamar Chase almost with a magnificent catch right there. Great to way to strap him up. Oh, damn. There's laundry on the field. This might be happening. Defensive pass interference. Let's see what they're going to call. Yup, pass interference. Laundry on the field. Joey Porter continuing to pick up all kinds of flags. Let me tell you something. I really like the way Joey Porter plays football, but my God, if he could just clean up the fucking flags, this man would be a Pro Bowler every single time. If he could just clean up the doggone flags, man. He plays very aggressive football, which I don't mind, but man, he just got to clean up the doggone flags, man. It's just technique. It's just fucking technique. Dwayne Pafavon says somebody needs to protect the old man tonight because we don't want to end up hearing enough from the old man. Ain't that the truth? Here we go from the 39-yard line. Joe Flacco with a play action to absolutely nobody. Oh my God! It went right through the hands of Jamar Chase. Darius Slay, you've got to catch that pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers have dropped more picks this season and missed out on more takeaways than any team in the NFL. This is ridiculous. The last 2 weeks, that's now 7 picks that we could have had. Look at the replay here. Look at the replay here. Look at Darius Slay. Watch where the football goes. Watch where the football goes. It's right there, bro. It went. I think it might have hit him in the face mask. I think it might have hit him in the face mask. Oh, my Lord in heaven. How many times are we not going to catch picks, bro? Albeit, that's a miss on Jamar Chase. But you've got to catch that football. There's a handoff. Where's he going? Stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him. Gain of 5. Ryan Patuan said, Battle of the Unks. Sean B. said, the rocking chair bowl, indeed. Davion Pafavon said, since he did the Houday chant, so as a Saints fan, go Steelers, go to fuck to work on these thieving felines. Also, greeting Chiseled and everybody. Well, because the Saints have Houday. The Bengals have Houdat, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd and 5. Oh, Joe Flacco. Oh, damn, he found this man. That's the first down. I think that's Sample. Is that Sample? That's Drew Sample? No, that's Noah Fant. Sample might not be on the Bengals anymore. But I'm remembering the doggone jersey. Yeah, it is Noah Fant. Dwayne Pavavon said, would my parents ever allow me to bring home some wild pets? Let them kids on AI be bringing home? Well, I don't know about all that. I wouldn't do that. My parents and pets, I don't even like animals like that. So, no, they would not. Mr. King put 2 on, said Alan Lazard predictions for championship games. Well, it's still relatively early. Here comes the pressure. Damn, over the middle. Thank the Lord Chase Brown does not have hands because that would have been a huge catch and run. Thank God Chase Brown does not have hands. What happened to his hands? SGF put 2 on, said, is Slay Big Play, Slay or Darius? Well, I wish it was Big Play Slay, but that was just Darius here tonight. Well, Peyton said, oh, we know. What you mean by that? Y'all got to let Chop go, bro. Y'all got to let Chop go. Y'all got to let Chop go. What am I saying? Oh, this is pomegranate and grape and pomegranate mixed together. Oh, it's ocean spray, grape and pomegranate. You know, it's been a very long day, so I could open that Woodson whiskey. There's a handoff there. Good tackle there by Highsmith. Able to go and make a play. Should I put it inside the? I usually drink. I'll take one straight, then I'll put it inside there. Cheers to you. Thursday Night Football. Pittsburgh Steelers football. Pittsburgh Steelers football. Ryan Patu said the Bengals need Megan Thee Stallion at running back. Oh, that'd be a bad situation. She gonna be a little distracted. She done entrapped Klay Thompson. 3rd and 6. Come on, Pittsburgh. We got to get a stop here. Get a stop on 3rd down, please. Get a stop on 3rd down right here, please. The Bengals are 2 of 3, and both of their conversions came on this drive. Come on now. We got to get a stop. Got to get a stop. Actually, no. One of them came on this drive. I believe last drive it was T. Higgins. Here we go. 3rd and 6. Oh, my God. We jumped off sides. We jumped off sides. Oh, no. It's a false start. Thank the Lord. Laundry on the field. It's a false start. What's that lyric? Something, something, something. Praise the Lord. Thank the Lord. Why do I say entrapped? You'll find out very soon. It's only a matter of time until things fail. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't cheer on failures of relationships. That'd be foolish. That'd be foolish. That wasn't a very non-toxic thing to say. But it's Team Tory. Steve said, what are my opinion on the Russell Westbrook drama in the past few days with who gonna get the blame this time in LA? What you mean the drama of Russell Westbrook? Where's that coming from? Oh my God, what a catch right there by Vash. Oh no, it's a drop. No catch. Yeah. They're not getting into field goal range because Evan McPherson got a fucking leg. In fact, he should have set the new NFL record. But unfortunately, there was a timeout that was called. But Joe Flacco's pass over to Vash. Could he hold on to the football? No, he can't. That's not a catch. Thank you, Joey Porter Jr. That's how you make a play. Knock that football loose. Oh, by the way, for the Steelers fans who's tuning in, I did not, in my review of the game last week, I did not mention how well Patrick Queen played. So I definitely have to make sure to make a point of that in tonight's post game, just to mention what happens, what he did last week. Of course, we got to win, so I don't forget to do. Oh, whoa, that's catch interference. That's got to be catch interference. Bring us to the 25. Thank you. Thank you, dummy. Thank you, dummy. That's how you run into a man. Catch interference. Move us 15 more yards closer. Start this drive at the 25. Thank you very much. Undisciplined football. Thank you very much, Cincinnati. Let's move us a little bit closer. Thank you very much. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. Move us 15 more yards closer. Thank you very much. That idiot decided to go and hit the man after a magnificent punt. That's going to start our drive at the 15-yard line. Let's get another whistle. Dummy, yeah. Nikki said you're watching right now. Yes, indeed. By the way, talk about, Ryan put 2 on, said, what's going on with Josh Simmons? Chiefs, cryptic genjutsu's going on right now, perhaps. But yeah, Pittsburgh got to open this game up because, believe it or not, the closer this game is, the more concerned Pittsburgh Steelers fans are, because you got to understand, we have not blown teams out. Like, you can count on 2 hands how many times in the last 5 years that we actually legitimately blew teams out, bro. I want to see a Pittsburgh. Last year when we played against Cincinnati and Russell Wilson had them fucking 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, 400 some yards. It was a breath of fresh air. It's like, whoa, we can do this. Thank the Lord. So I want to see Pittsburgh win by 3, 4 scores. Blow a team out. 4th quarter come around, you chilling because game done. Pull your starters in the 4th quarter so motherfuckers can relax. That's what I want to see. Thoughts on the Seahawks so far? They're playing very good football. I like Jackson Smith-Njigba to be a first-team All-Pro with the injury to Puka Nacua. Now that I think about it, did I ever go back and see how things are right now with him? Let me see. What is the update for him? Remain out of practice. He's probably going to mess around and be out. What is the overall diagnosis of the injury? Ankle sprain. Okay, so so it's just an ankle sprain. He might be out for a couple of weeks at worst. Yeah, Jackson Smith-Njigba is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Hopefully we can actually win a game and not play to lose. Tired of having a heart attack. Ain't that the truth, man? I just want to be able to watch a game and just... Because the excitement of football, of course, when those games go down to the wire, that's what you really tune in for. Like, you don't want to just tune in, every game's a fucking blowout, you're blowing everybody out, right? Albeit, you watch your team win, of course. But those games that come down to the wire, you really enjoy those games. The problem is, if that's every time, you're on edge the whole time, bro. And sometimes it's like, hey, man, come on. Can we just sometimes be on some, all right, we good. Oh, there we go. A catch by a receiver. Roman Wilson picking up 4 yards. We got a catch by a receiver. All right. Jacksonville's a little wishy-washy. I think they're going to be much better this year than they were last year, but they're a little wishy-washy. Their performance last week was very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Rodgers going to throw again. Rolling right. He might want to consider running. Stays alive. Finds a man. That's a catch. Jonnu Smith. Way to extend the play. Aaron refusing to run out of bounds. God damn. Yo, did y'all see the grill on one of the Cincinnati defensive linemen? This brother mouth is shining. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go get my grills. They're far too small. Let me get my grills. Did y'all see son teeth shining?
Gotcha, bitch.
Lord Destu is now following.
That's all sun shining. Sun was fucking shining. God damn. Sun teeth was on fire. Yeah. We are here. First down. That's Kenneth Gainwell. Big first down. All right. Mood thing. First down stealer. All right. Take that shit up. But, yeah, man, brother had that ice in his doggone mouth, bro. But he had all the ice out there. I almost couldn't see. But nonetheless, that's a first down. Kenneth Gainwell moving the chains. Hey, somebody tell Cincinnati they got to fight back.
So, listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house, take your meal, do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
Stunner shade. Oh, you mean that the Deion Sanders, the primes right here. There's another toss over to Kenneth Gainwell, trying to go find a hole, try to get a stiff arm, could not get that one to go. He's going to go down after a gain of absolutely nothing. And wait, this is going to end the quarter. No, it's not. We got one more play going. But yeah, I got them prime shades. I'm not going to buy the new one because why am I going to keep buying new shades all the time? Where the chain at? Actually, that's a good question. Feed DK, yeah, best believe it's going to come his way really soon. I love how Darnell Washington's weight is just 300 plus. Last play of the quarter, here we go. Rodgers over to Jaylen Warren, makes a man miss. Gonna set up a 3rd and manageable as we open up the second quarter. We're going to set up a 3rd and manageable as we open up the second quarter. It's Akuma said, I got your fit on. You rock the sweatshirt under the jersey. Yeah, sometimes you got to. Because here's what I was wearing outside. I'm like, well, I don't got enough time to throw on the doggone suit because I'm going to end up missing the entire first drive. So let me just throw on a jersey. Initially, it was going to be the jersey underneath the suit, the suit vest. But it's all good. Royalties, how are the streams always ahead of what you're watching? You're on Twitch. I'm watching on Twitch as well, but then again, not necessarily. So it shouldn't be ahead. It actually shouldn't be ahead because we're both watching on Twitch. There's a little bit of a delay by like 5 seconds on Twitch. I think YouTube, it's about 10 seconds between like me in real time and by the time that you end up seeing it on your end. So how is it that I'm faster than you? That's a little bizarre. Bust out the birthday suits is crazy. Jay over here talking about, hey, let's get naked on stream. Sir, you need to relax, okay? You got to relax. All right, but I'm way ahead. You're watching on Prime. Twitch is faster than Prime. Twitch is faster than Prime. In my experience, Twitch is faster than Prime. So if you have an option of watching on Twitch or Prime, I suggest you watch on Twitch. But Prime is it's by maybe a second or so. But in my experience, Twitch has been faster than Prime. In fact, let me put it up on a Prime on the television. You're 3 seconds ahead of me on Prime? Okay. I can't believe we're going to have another doubleheader Monday Night Football this upcoming Monday, bro. Absolutely brutal. Derek said you're always ahead of me when you watch on Prime. Yeah, some of y'all are consistently faster than me, and you've mentioned it the times in which I've talked about watching the broadcast myself. There, let me put it up on Prime here. Okay, so it's loading on Prime on the television. Dwayne for 5-1 said, who would I rather be at my front door, Stephanie or the one that I said was pregnant by Zion? Stephanie or the Well, I don't know who the Stephanie is, but it would definitely end up being Stephanie. Why would I choose the lady who got pregnant by Zion? Well, she didn't get pregnant by Zion, but her each individual butt cheek looks like it's carrying its own fetus. Chain Icy, I appreciate that, family. All right. Wait, 56 consecutive regular season games with 7 points or fewer in the first quarter, all under Mike Tomlin. Longest streak, but wow, we haven't scored twice in the first quarter in 56 games. That's terrible. 3rd and 3, come on now. 3rd and 3, hand off. Get the first down. Get the first down. Get the first. Oh, they might have to move the chains. That might be a first. That might be a first. Come on now. Please tell me we got enough for the first down. Move the chains, 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 move the chains. And that's a Pittsburgh Steelers first down. I remember when I went to the Steelers games, they always messed around. I'd hear that after we'd pick up the firm. I'm like, oh, so that's how they say it in this stadium. Because every time you go to a different stadium, they'll announce the first downs a little bit different. But I like the way the Pittsburgh Steelers do it. 1st and 10 from the 39. There's a toss over to Kenneth Gainwell. Can he find a seam? No, he can't. Ooh, he just got fucking leveled. God damn. Geno Stone put a shoulder on that man. That's a hell of a tackle. That was a hell of a tackle. Now, positive yardage, I'll take it, but that was a hell of a tackle. He put the shoulder on that brother. Mr. King said, am I going to any games this year? It'll probably end up being a Monday night. This was a Thursday night game that I was considering going to, but I'm actually happy that I didn't end up going because obviously with, my father going to the hospital last night. He's back home now for those who are new into the chat who missed the early explanation as to why I was late by a few minutes and I'm not suited and booted. But, I'll probably end up going to like a Monday night game. Because I can't go to any of the Sunday games. Jonnu Smith, move the chains. That's a first down. I can't go to any of the Sunday games because it becomes an issue to record the commentary. Because I don't want a situation where I try to record the commentary the following day because it becomes a fucking hassle, bro. It's so much easier to record it on a Sunday in real time as everything is happening. Get it out fast. I can't stand when I try to record it on a Monday. It's fucking brutal. It's brutal. So I don't think I'm going to go to any of the games on the Sunday, but probably a game on Monday. And if and when Pittsburgh goes to the playoffs, I don't hope that they get the super wild card weekend Monday game. Of course, I hope they could get the number 1 seed. But I'll tell you right now, if they get the Monday game, if they're in the wild card and they get the Monday game in the playoffs, I might go. I 100% might go. Toretto said, just checking in. Go Birds. # Eagles Nation. Going to bed. Hey, you have yourself a good night, family. Why does Aaron Rodgers' head look like it's too big for him? I think his face is slim down here. It's like very sharp in this area. Big Easy, 2 months, been subscribed. I appreciate you, family. Aaron Glenn or Mike McDaniel getting fired for Mike McDaniel. 100% Mike McDaniel. 100% Mike McDaniel. Am I going to watch any Heat games? 100%. Most likely it's going to be after the All-Star break because I don't consider football until after the All-Star break. Was that Roman Wilson? No, it wasn't. That was Scotty Miller. Scotty Too Hottie Miller. Gain of about 9 right there, or 8. All right, our receivers are making some receptions here. The white boys are catching the football here. And remember, as I'm coming into this game, Calvin Austin being outside of DK Metcalf, there's only been 3 receptions in total by wide receivers by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is abysmal. Abysmal. So since that's the case, Cincinnati is going to heavily bring pressure towards DK Metcalf because they know the other Pittsburgh Steelers receivers can't catch. Oh, Jalen Warren making some people miss. He's going to get outside. There's a block from Metcalf. He's taking it to the end zone. That's a touchdown by the Pittsburgh Steelers, but there's laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Oh, damn, it's holding. God damn, it's coming back. Holding. I think that was on Frazier. God damn it. God damn it. We had a touchdown, and it's coming back. Pain. What was the touchdown? It was from the diaphragm. Say it with me now. Game! Oh my God, he didn't even need to hold, bro. He didn't even need to hold. Warren wasn't even going to get touched. He could have let go. Let go, you fat bastard. God damn it. Let that man's jersey go. What is wrong with you? Then again, he ain't know where he was going, so that's not his fault. Yeah, he ain't know where he was going. Well, it is his fault because he should have let go, but man's cut back. What do you want him to do? Oh, shit, Aaron better get rid of the football. He's rolling towards his right. Aaron might run. Aaron's going to run. Slide, old man, slide. Positive plays right there. Aaron Rodgers got time in the pocket and still no sacks. That's what I want to see. He's looking for somebody, but nobody was able to get open. Nobody was able to get open. What stadium do I think has the best atmosphere in the NFL? Best atmosphere in the NFL. I haven't gone to all of the stadiums, so I can't necessarily speak on that. Seattle has always been on fire. They've always sold out and stuff, but I don't know if the 12s is hitting as like they used to, per se. Maybe Kansas City, because was it? Oh, them motherfuckers, they get rowdy up in there. Rodgers pass, caught, but he's short of the first down. Gainwell caught the football, but he's short of the first down. So what do you want to do if you're Pittsburgh? I say keep the offense on the field. Don't kick it. You know you can get that 3 with. Well, then again, you know what? You know what? A kick makes it a 2-possession game. I don't mind if you kick that field goal. I don't mind it if you kick that field goal. We're going to go heavy and run this football over here. Then again, they haven't really stuffed us like that. I don't think we had any negative plays yet in this game. I would not mind if they went for it, but I wouldn't fault them if they went and they kicked the field goal here. Because you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-possession game, you know it's almost but a guarantee. Oh, they're going to oh shit, they're going to throw a flag. That's a flag for a false start. We kick the field goal. It's a flag for a false start. There's a flag for a false start. This is coming back. This is coming back. That's a false start. This is coming back. False start. This is coming back. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. It wasn't meant to be. Kick the field goal. That's a false start. Somebody just fucking ran for no goddamn reason. Somebody just ran for no goddamn reason. Yeah, they moved before they could even go. They moved before they could even go. Terrible. Terrible. All right, Boswell. 41-yard field goal. This should be easy as long as we don't have anybody block the football through the uprights. And it's good. The ice-cold killer, the last of the killer bees, Chris Boswell through the uprights. We've got a 2-possession game. We've got a 2-possession game. We got a 2-possession game. I can't be mad at that. I wish we could have left with points. Unfortunately, had a touchdown called back. But as long as we're putting points on the board, I just want to see us put points on the board because I believe this defense with a lead, getting after the quarterback in which there is no run game, we're good. If we can make this a 3-possession game by halftime, Chase Brown won't be having to go take no doggone handoffs. I'm telling you right now, Pittsburgh, let him go out there and hunt. Now you're going to see TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig. These boys going to take over the game. Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, they're going to get after the quarterback. SGF put 5 on and said Rodgers being in his 40s, one of the least sacked QBs currently is admirable. Yeah, the last couple of weeks, Pittsburgh's offensive line certainly has stepped up. But in the same retrospect, albeit slowed down Myles Garrett, that was like Myles Garrett was a 0 across the board. He did nothing last week. This week, since he doesn't have Trey Hendrickson, but if you start to build a bit of confidence with that offensive line, hey, man, listen, we're in a good spot. So they better protect him because if Rodgers is under duress and you know he doesn't have that mobility, you're going to have a tough situation because that's an old man who's back there.
Just resubscribed for 25 months.
There is that. The Eagles wouldn't have been flagged.
It
wasn't as overt. Tonight. That's actually, no, I can't say that. I can't say it because the Eagles have gotten away with blatant false starts, and I was highlighted in the commentary. So you know what? You're right. You're right. I can't even try to find the silver lining over there. You're absolutely right. They should have thrown the flag on Philly in prime time. 4 straight times they run the fucking tush push. Like, come on, son. I'm telling you right now, it's 100% getting banned this offseason. It's 100% getting banned this offseason. Hunter said it's your 18th birthday. Hey, big W's in the chat for Hunter. Happy birthday, family. Mr. King put 2 and said, went to a Chiefs game and you thought you was at FSU? Crackhead Wrangler said, good evening, Chisel crew, and we enjoying the game tonight. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pittsburgh leading by 10, but I need them to go up by 3 possessions. I don't want to see Cincy score. I don't want to see Cincy score. When was the last shutout that Pittsburgh pitched? Rooster said, you love the chain. I appreciate that. Much love, family. .43's hair is turning gray. You're not ready? Yeah, man. Folks is getting old. There you go. Good tackle. Bring them out to the 20. Bring them out to the 28 is where they're going to start this drive over here. 28 is where we're going to start this drive right here. Brandon in the building. What's going on, family? One half of the engagees. Engagees. One half of the engaged in the chat. Red said, am I ever going to go come to the Bayou Classic here in Louisiana? I have to come back to Louisiana. The food has been calling my name now for 6 years. There's a handoff. Oh, shit, he's got a huge hole. Chase Brown is going down the line. He's got a huge hole. It's crazy. Pause. But Chase Brown with a huge carry right there to move the chains. Pause. Harvey in the building. What's going on? Golly, what are we doing, bro? Walked up to the line. Ah, yeah, that's lack of gap discipline. That's lack of gap discipline. That's lack of gap discipline right there. They part, you fill. This was not a situation in which a motherfucker filled. Chase Brown, 3 rushes, 33 yards, and that was a huge carry right there. They're already inside, or I should say they're approaching Pittsburgh Steelers territory. No, they're in Pittsburgh Steelers territory. What? They used another timeout already? That's not good. Then again, Joe Flacco is still relatively new to Cincinnati, so. Oh, he's the first quarterback to be traded midseason within the division since 1974. Because how often do you trade a quarterback who started in day 1 of your season to a divisional opponent? Is crazy. There's Joe Burrow on injured reserve with that turf toe on the sideline. He's got the headset on. All right, here we go from the 46-yard line. Here we go. Joe Flacco looking for somebody. Ah, shit, he's going to dump it off. He's got Brown. Oh, what a block. What a goddamn tackle. Magnificent play right there. That's how you hit somebody. That's how you hit somebody, Clark. Put his ass on the ground. Put his ass on the ground. That's how you hit somebody. Big man. That's a tackle right there. Boom. Boom. Rock his ass. Justin put 20 on us. I had to switch up from the suits. Had student loan debt collectors losing it watching the streams. Also, day 87 of convincing the viewers you deserve 1 million subscribers. I appreciate that, family. The consistency is unmatched. By the way, how's the recovery going? Let us know there in the chat. 2nd and 16. Here comes the pressure. Joe Flacco over the middle. He's got, he's going to get to the 45-yard line, and they're pretty much going to have a 3rd and long right here. Needing 9. Mad Max Madison put 666 on it, which is crazy. Said, why do I think Aaron played like ass in New York, but seems to have it together in Pittsburgh? He has a good receiving core there. Well, the thing is, Aaron Rodgers didn't play like ass. He just didn't play at the MVP level. But Rodgers didn't necessarily play like ass. Like, if you go back and you watch those games, like it wasn't what we were expecting from MVP Rodgers, but he didn't play like ass by any estimation. But New York, I think it's just New York. New York, the Jets organization, like built for failure, man. They're just, it's hard to succeed there. It's hard to succeed there. Hence why you've seen, that team constantly underperform, fall short. It's a black cat walking around that franchise, as Stephen A. Smith once said. Isaac Patuan said, I play Battlefield 6, a few maps based in NYC. No, I have not. Flacco's going to throw again. Oh, boy, he had Jamar Chase. Wow, Jamar Chase able to hold on to the football and on a spin move gets possession of the ball. We need a turnover here because they're going to leave with some fucking points. Evan McPherson's automatic, so he could get 3 right here. Jamar Chase bobbling the football to himself. Bobbling the football to himself. Able to get that there. Oh, golly. Jamar Chase already got 4 catches, 32 yards. Flacco marching this team down the field. 2nd and 3. They're probably going to run this football here. Oh, that's a false start. That's a false start. Back him up 5. Gave him the Dwight Schrute spin move. We're winning at least 12 games this year. No guarantees. I sure hope so. Steelers defense overhyped. We're such a bend, don't break team. I wouldn't say we're overhyped. TJ Watt overhyped and overpaid. Okay, all right, B.J. I know you're an ultimate Pittsburgh Steelers hater, but come on now. Not do that. Let's not do that. Mark Jackson Patuan said 3 NFL players who are overshadowed by greats. Oh, what a run. Huge first down right there for Samaje Perine, returning back to Cincinnati after making a stint elsewhere for a year or so. But Samaje Perine with a huge first down right there. But 3 NFL players who are overshadowed by greats. So I have to think about guys who aren't Hall of Famers, because the moment that you put that gold jacket on, I can't sit over there and be on some, hey, man, you got overshadowed, whatever the case might be. So I will look at a player from different generations. So for one, I would say LC Greenwood is one. Oh, the pass is ricochet, and somehow T. Higgins is able to end up with the football. They're not going to give him this football. They're not going to give the football to Joey Porter, despite the fact that he too has it. They're going to give it to T. Higgins. They're going to give it to T. Higgins. This is going to be a catch by T. Higgins. I would highly doubt they're going to give it to Pittsburgh. They're going to say it's a reception. Cincinnati's going to have possession. They're going to call it a catch. Every time 2 people catch the football, they always give it to the offense. T. Higgins. That's a catch. Yup, that's a catch right there. And he would have been marked down right there. That's a catch. Hell of an effort from T. Higgins there. That's a hell of an effort there. And kept the football off the ground as well. That's a magnificent effort right there. 2nd and 3. 7 plays, 60-yard, 5-minute drive right here from Cincinnati. This is a very, very successful drive for Cincinnati right here, man. They're playing good football, man, as they're marching down the field. They're playing good football. But three players. So overshadowed by the greats. In the realm of quarterback. I would say first and goal. Got it. Jamar Chase got it. Oh, no, he didn't. He fell to the ground. I don't know if he got it there. They're going to call it incomplete. They're going to call it a touchdown? I think they're going to have to review that. They said it's a touchdown, but was he going to the ground? Because you have to survive the ground if he's going to the ground. Yeah, that's incomplete. He's got to survive the ground. That's incomplete. He didn't survive the ground. He was going to the ground. He got to survive the ground. That's an incomplete catch. But overshadowed players, good, but overshadowed by the greats. I would say Steven Jackson is one. Running back Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson is one. London Fletcher is another middle linebacker. And then lastly, I would say, you know what? I won't go quarterback. I'll go wide receiver, Anquan Bolden. So that would be 3. That would be 3. I'll go Anquan Bolden. Bronze Boys put 5 on us. Say, hey, Chisel, happy to see I'm doing primetime game commentary separate again this year. Bengals unis look sick, but what's my favorite uniform in NFL history? My favorite uniform in NFL history? Good Lord. Joe Flacco to the end zone, throwing a fade. It's caught by Jamar Chase anyway. But a flag comes out. Jalen Ramsey wanted a flag, and I think they're going to call it on the defense. Oh, no, it looked like they might call it on the offense. I'm not sure. No, they called it on Jalen Ramsey. It doesn't matter. Jamar Chase able to find the end zone on Jalen Ramsey, and that's a touchdown for the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, that was definitely a push-off right there. 100% he did get a push-off, but Jalen Ramsey was already defensive holding. There was certainly a push-off over there, but a contact was initiated by Jalen Ramsey. So I can't even fault Son for that. There was certainly a push-off that was there, but contact was first initiated by Jalen Ramsey. So I can't even fault him for that. That's a hell of a play right there from Cincinnati. That's a touchdown. Jamar Chase making plays. 5 catches, 40 yards, and now a touchdown. Jamar Chase with the score. Joe Flacco, Joe Cool, able to go find his man. He just dropped a touchdown, but was able to make up for it with a touchdown on the fade. Con Man said, why not call defensive holding, offensive pass interference, and offset it? Because they probably was in the midst, the same judge. I don't want to say you can't call 2 calls, but they probably saw, oh, wait, it's interference. So then Chase is trying to rid himself of the interference. So first, since he saw the interference at that point, you kind of get away because Chase is trying to get off. So he's selling it like, hey, he's pushing me. And then the push off, bam, got him. So that's kind of where it's a situation where it's tough. Matt said Tomlin loss incoming. I'm one of those folks who look at the metrics. Tomlin has lost 6 straight, I think, road games on Thursday night. I, by no estimation in divisional football, will sit there and say a game is a guarantee. There is no such thing as guarantees in football. Justin said recovery has been good. Recovery is good. PT has been a hoe. Yeah, I could imagine. Last Steelers shutout was 2011 versus the St. Louis Rams. Jesus Christ. Our last shutout was against a team that didn't even fucking exist. Well, it doesn't even exist anymore. Or I should say relocated. Fucking terrible. Terrible. We can't pitch no goddamn shutouts. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I got Dallas said Tomlin is an overrated defensive coordinator. The Steelers defense hasn't been the same since Dick LeBeau retired. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. Because we Pittsburgh has been able to get after the quarterback, but outside of that, even there'll be times in which you get takeaways. But we're such a bend don't break fucking defense. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The vaunted Steeler defense from the Dick LeBeau days has not been anywhere near what it was. It's nowhere near what it was. Like drive by drive, it's constantly bend don't break. Third downs, we're atrocious. Isaac said, "What I want to see coaches go back to wearing 100%, 100%. Bring that shit back expeditiously, 100%." They had some personality there on the field, man. We need to see that. We need to see that. But I think they can't wear suits anymore because they got a deal. But overall, man, bring back the fucking suits, man. I don't want to see all these goddamn hoodies and sweater vests and shit. Bring back the suits. You don't want to see Dan Campbell in no suit. No, I think if you give some players if you give some coaches the option, like you open it up to where some coaches can be the option, I want to see how they would do it. Because I tell you right now, if I was a coach in the NFL, I'd take the fine. I'd be suited and booted. I'd be suited and booted. I miss seeing the Tom Landrys in a suit on the sideline with the goddamn top hat. Bum Phillips with the fur coat. He had that mink on. Maybe not so much a mink, but. All right, 4:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter, in the first half. There's a play action. Oh, he's got time. He's got time. Rodgers going to air it out. Oh, my God, he overthrew his man. That's about to get a pick. That's a fucking pick. That's a fucking pick. That's an interception, and I don't think anybody touched him down. They're coming back the other way. Cincinnati making plays, bro. Golly. Come on, man. You got to make a play on the doggone football. Rodgers overthrew his man. Ah, boy. Oh, man, Rodgers overthrew his man, and here we go. Here we go. He was looking for Metcalf, but did he not see the safety? Why? Why? I don't understand the logic behind that. That wasn't very smart. That wasn't smart at all. Oh, did Metcalf? Yeah, Metcalf touched him down. I think Metcalf touched him down. Why? Why? Was he trying to bait him for a pass interference? Why? I don't see what he saw, bro. I don't see what he saw. Like, okay, you want to have an arm punt on first down? All right, yep, that's going to move him back. All right. Yeah, you done messed up, Aaron. You done messed up, Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Put it on a loop.
You done messed up, Aaron. 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 You done messed up, Aaron.
All right, they're going to be back at the 24-yard line. There's the handoff. Oh, my Lord. Another huge seam right there for Chase Brown. That's another big pickup. It's already inside Steeler territory. Jesus Christ. Yup, it begins. It begins. The Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday night debacle. It begins. It begins. It begins. Oh, Lord in heaven. Just when you thought you can open this game up, not the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, Lord. It begins. This man's got 5 carries for 74 yards. He's had 2 carries that's been over 20 yards. What are we doing? Here we go. Joe Flacco over the middle, looking for somebody. Flag is coming out. Yup, you know it's coming out.
Gotcha, bitch.
Flag is coming out for pass interference.
273 is now following.
They got Ramsey again. They got Ramsey again. He was molesting Jamar Chase. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It begins. I could feel it already. Cincinnati scoring a touchdown here. I could feel it already. We see, here we up by 10. If Zach Frazier wasn't holding, it'd be 14-0. You'd probably be in a situation where you could open up the doggone game and all you got to do is just go out there and blitz. But oh, no, not us. We've got to be stupid. You can never just chill during a Pittsburgh Steelers game. It's impossible. There's a handoff. Samaje Perine. Oh, my God. He made Darius Slay touch earth. Made Darius Slay touch earth. Rashee Rice, 200 yards, 2 TDs incoming. I don't know about all that now. I don't know about all that now. All right, 2nd and 4. 3 minutes left to go here. Pass, got him. T. Higgins. Oh, my God, he's about to score. Yeah, he's going to score. He's going to score. Of course he's going to score. Oh, he's going to score. T. Higgins all the way to the end zone. That's a touchdown. Cincinnati takes the lead. I am not surprised by any estimation. I am not surprised by any estimation. Oh, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's Thursday night. Moreover, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You knew it was going to happen. Oh, boy. I am not surprised whatsoever. That's a fucking touchdown. Cincinnati takes the lead at home. 14 unanswered points. 14 unanswered points. You could just feel it. You could just feel it. I've watched Pittsburgh long enough. Post Ben Roethlisberger or the tail end of Roethlisberger's career up until now, you just know there's a feeling. There's a feeling. Marty Schottenheimer once said there's a gleam. There's a feeling when watching Pittsburgh Steelers games how this plays out. T. Higgins to the end zone. That's a touchdown. The only thing that makes me feel any form of, about this game is the fact that, oh, shit, I'm trailing by 10. I'll take that back. T. Higgins scoring the touchdown didn't do too much for me there because Joe Flacco is going to get additional points. Joe Flacco is going to get additional points. Jamar Chase got 15. Flacco there got 12. Chase Brown gave son 7. Jalen Warren gave son 6. Oh, Lord. Pittsburgh Steelers, an age-old tradition. Failing in the clutch. When you need plays to be made, the Pittsburgh Steelers cannot. Mikey said, you knew this would happen when Mike T commented on the Bengals trading for Flacco. You knew this would happen. Shouldn't have said anything about another team. Focus on your own squad, Tomlin. That's why they traded for Joe, since he couldn't make sense of it. No. He couldn't make sense of it from Cleveland's perspective. He wasn't shocked that, oh, wow, they made a move for Flacco. No, he was upset with Cleveland making that trade because he already know Flacco is, 11-11 against Pittsburgh? Last time we saw Flacco, he beat us when he was in Indianapolis and he came in to relieve Anthony Richardson. He wasn't frustrated. He wasn't frustrated that Cincinnati made the trade for Flacco. He was more frustrated with Cleveland. He's like, how the fuck do you decide to give away the quarterback who you started the season with to a divisional opponent? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. He was not frustrated with Cincinnati. He was more frustrated with Cleveland because he couldn't make sense of it. Why the fuck would you help out a divisional opponent? That don't make no doggone sense. It's classic Pittsburgh Steelers football right here. This is classic Pittsburgh Steelers football. I am by no estimation and surprise. Y'all heard me after they scored the touchdown on the drive. We can't make a stop on a 3rd down. And then from that point, when you had a chance to score, you get a touchdown called back because of a holding. You settle for a field goal there, and then you continue to bend, don't break. It's just classic Pittsburgh Steelers football. It's just classic Pittsburgh Steelers football, at least a Tomlin Steelers football. Just brutal, man. Just absolutely brutal. I just have no idea as to why Rodgers threw that ball. I don't know what he saw. I don't know what he was looking. I think maybe he was trying to bait a pass interference call, but that was incredibly dumb. Like, why? Why? Threw it into double coverage for no reason. Isaac Fatuan said there's only one person to blame, Santos Escobar. Well, whatever the case is, it's Pittsburgh Steelers football right there, and already Joe Flacco's got 2 touchdowns thrown. We're cursed on Thursday night. Hopefully they can pull it together. I can't even say that's solely Thursday night because we do that week by week. Last week, just against Cleveland, it wasn't the case, but good Lord, Kenneth Gainwell on the return. Takes it down to the 30 here. And now we've got 2:47 left to go here. We got to have a 2-minute drill. Don't let Cincinnati get the football back. They're going to get the ball to start the second half regardless. It's never over until the fat lady sings and all zeros on the board. I mean, yeah, that is true, but it's classic Pittsburgh Steelers. Pacing of the game. It has to be a heart attack. You have to be on the edge of your seat. You can never be in a situation in which you could just breathe and watch the game in the 4th quarter be on some, man, we got the game, for all intents and purposes, on lock. it's never, of course, you never, for me, it's always you up by 3 scores with 8 minutes left to play with possession of the football in the fourth. At that point, you can kind of exhale and be on some, hey, man, you might just win this game. But here we go. Last 2 drives from Cincinnati have been masterful. Toss over to Jaylen Warren. He fumbled. He fumbled. He fumbled. They're going to say he's down. How are they going to say he's down? He was not down. I got to see the replay here. They better hurry to the line. 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 Oh, yeah, he's down. He's down. He's down. He's down. Ball came out after. He's down. Bro, Cincinnati playing with fucking juice right now, man. They playing with juice right now, man. Pittsburgh's got to wake the fuck up. Here comes the rush. Oh, my God. There's a dump off. Warren, can he make somebody miss? Yes, he can. That's a first down. There you go. First down. I like the way he plays football, man. He's like a fucking bowling ball. I like the way he plays football, man. Jaylen Warren be making plays. Jaylen Warren be making plays. But, my God, 2-minute warning. Here we go. Do not, under any circumstance, allow Cincinnati to get this football back. Pittsburgh hasn't had a good running back since Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, elite running back? We haven't had one since Le'Veon Bell. James Conner, I thought, was going to be very special. And believe it or not, he had good seasons with Pittsburgh. We let Son go because I think he got hurt in the last season, and then they just let Son go to Arizona. Should have kept him. Yeah, like 15 TDs one of those other years. Couple of years he went to the Pro Bowl, albeit the Pro Bowl ain't the Pro Bowl no more. But I like Jaylen Warren. He makes plays. I just think we should have held on to Najee Harris, albeit his vision has to get called into question. But torn Achilles, hopefully he has a successful recovery, of course, over there in Los Angeles. But yeah, James Conner, I believe, is from Pittsburgh. So there is that. Goes to Le'Veon Bell. He went to go play for the Jets after the franchise tagged him. Well, I mean, yeah, they franchise tagged him twice. They should have paid him. 100% should have paid him. And believe it or not, it's not that he went to the Jets and he was washed. Bro, you go to a organization that, for one, don't know how to use you. 2, doesn't have the right pieces around to really, go out there and amplify your doggone play. I promise you, if he never left Pittsburgh, and he said himself that was a mistake. Had he not left Pittsburgh and he stayed there, because the reason why he went was the contract that Pittsburgh offered him. I think he took $75 million from New York, but like 30 or 40 of that million was guaranteed. Pittsburgh was only offering, it was like $75 million deal, but only like 10 was guaranteed. So, of course, you want to make sure you get that guaranteed money, right? You want to make sure you get that guaranteed money, which makes sense. You don't want to be in a situation in which you take a contract, you ain't got that guaranteed bread. Like, folks be forgetting, like, at the end of the day, you may be getting paid millions or whatever the case is, but if you got a bunch of incentives and variables in your contract, you get hurt, now all of a sudden they be voiding bread and shit. You don't want to have that kind of situation happen. So you want to have the guarantees that are there. But Pittsburgh should have offered it to him, because I can almost guarantee you, if he was still there 2018, man, that year you could have maybe replicated what you saw the year prior. 2019, I mean, if Ben still gets hurt, Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph, you probably end up going out and maybe grabbing a quarterback or something like that. 2020, we would have had the whole band maybe still together. Maybe Antonio Brown doesn't lose his doggone mind, but it is what it is. Can't rewrite history. It's a handoff. Jaylen Warren, can he pick up some more yardage? Yes, he can. Come on now. Second down. Cincinnati only got 1 timeout, so we just got to keep chewing clock and moving down the field. He's past Ben Roethlisberger now. Aaron Rodgers is past Ben Roethlisberger for 5th all-time in pass yards in NFL history. How fortuitous, or I should say how auspicious that he does it, in a Steelers jersey to pass the Steelers quarterback. Second down, going absolutely nowhere. Why did we hurry to the line to go and run that? That was dumb as hell. We need a completion right here. Cannot give Joe Flacco no time, because I know our defense. Pat Fryer move. Now's the time to make a play. You got 8 fucking receptions on the season. It's time to take that 88 and turn it into a fucking 9 and make a play, man. Come on, dog. We need the doggone end zone. 3rd and 4 right now. Come on. Somebody got to make a goddamn play. Please. Please. Somebody make a play. Ron, under duress. Pass over the middle. Got his man, Jalen Warren. First down. Thank you. All right, let's hurry to the line. Matter of fact, call timeout. Call timeout. Call timeout right here. Call timeout. Take a breather. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Where's Ryan Switzer at? Unemployment? I don't think that man got a job right now. Yes, I saw Ricky Hatton's death was ruled a suicide. Fucking brutal, man. Absolutely brutal, man. You got these warriors who put their fucking livelihood on the line to step inside the ring, and I don't know what may have prompted it or whatever, but man, it's brutal when it comes to sports, man. It's fucking brutal. And what I really dislike the most is primarily from the fandoms, because people are making millions of dollars, and obviously it's very, I don't want to say it's difficult to sympathize, because from a human level you can sympathize. I think it's foolish once you start looking at monetary gain and you're looking like, well, I'm struggling to make ends meet, but these motherfuckers is making millions of dollars just to step inside of a ring and fight. Well, you go do it then. But it's I hate how tone deaf a lot of folks just so happen to be. Like, oh man, you had all that money and you still took yourself out. You don't know what the fuck somebody's battling, bro. Like and especially if you're in a situation where you got no sympathy solely because somebody made some money. All of a sudden now you got no sympathy because somebody got some money. Like, you know how brutal that is? Oh my God, this man fell down. Kenneth Gainwell went down. So it's almost at a spot where you got nobody to talk to outside of your contemporaries. Like, it's brutal, man. It's very tough. Fucking very tough. And may he rest in peace, man. Ricky Hatton was a beast inside that doggone in that ring, man. I was shocked. Y'all saw it on live when y'all told me he passed away, man. It's tough. Mental health is real. It's real. Mark Jackson put 2 on, said, speaking of, did I hear about Arturo Gotti's son? No, I did not hear about Gotti's son. What's going on with him? What's going on with his son? 17-year-old passed away. Whoa! Gotti passed away. October 2025, investigated. It was a suicide. What? Hanging? What? 17. DK Metcalf back shoulder catch. That's a oh no, he dropped the ball. No, I think they're gonna call it a catch. They better hurry to the line. They better hurry to the line. They better hurry to the line, just so they can't go and review this.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's Brown is now following.
That's oh yeah, that's a pick. That's a pick. That's a pick. And his knee is down. That's a pick. That's an interception. That's an interception. That's an interception. That's a pick. Hey, R.I.P. to Gotti's son. That's fucking brutal, man. Damn, 17, bro? What is going on? That's a pick. There's no way this isn't a pick. That's a pick. That's a hell of a fucking play right there from Cincinnati, man. That's a pick. That's an interception. There's no way they can't rule that an interception. Interception. That's an interception. That's a pick. That's a pick. That's just a hell of a play, man. That's a hell of a play. Roger, yeah, that's a hell of a play. I'm not remotely surprised. I'm not remote. I told you guys coming in. Pittsburgh on Thursday night, absolutely fucking cursed, man. Absolutely fucking cursed. That's a hell of a fucking play. Cincinnati came to play. You didn't see this coming from the Bengals defense? I did. I did. It don't matter how ass you are. I watched Pittsburgh in back-to-back games 2 years ago. Prime time. Lose to the Cardinals, lose to the Patriots. Both those teams were 2-10. Pittsburgh was what? 10-2? 9-2? 8-3, lose in prime time to 2-10 football teams back-to-back weeks. Pittsburgh's guarantee, as Charles Barkley would say, to underperform under the lights in games that you sit there and say there's no way they can lose. I'm not remotely surprised. Joe gonna let it fly. There's Jamar Chase. That's a catch, and he gets out of bounds. And he gets catch, and he gets out of bounds. Commentators can be shocked. Casual fans can be shocked. Not Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Then you sell it.
Macho and Echidna, Uganda, Randy Savage, Knuckles for 5-1 say, "You're sorry, big dog. You need Cincinnati to win. Money bet the line. You understand? Hey, I understand. I get it. If I was a betting man, I'd put the money on them too. I mean, it's Mike Tomlin on a Thursday. Ryan Petula said Roger Jackson going to the clean. Oh, 100%.
Then you sell it.
I don't know what they're reviewing. They're trying to see if Son got the catch. It certainly looks like he got the catch. There it is, and he dragged the foot. That's a catch. I don't know what they need to review this for. That's a quick review. That's a catch. That's a catch. We don't even got to go to commercial break. This should be back in 15 seconds. This should be back in 15 seconds. Clearly a catch. It's clearly a catch. It's a 60-minute football game. I'm not one of them people where it's like, oh, the game is over at halftime. I'm not one of those people. But I'm just not somebody who's completely surprised. Like there's people who's popping in, like I've watched this game long enough. Bro, I'm not remotely surprised. Y'all heard me say early in the game, I would just love if there could be a situation where you watch the game and it's not a fucking heart attack, but that's just not the case as it pertains to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yadow 1998 is now following.
The hell is that? That's confusing. As a Lions fan, you know the heart attack feeling? Yeah, but y'all in the last 3 years have had way more blowout wins than Pittsburgh has probably had, in the last, for all intents and purposes, 5. You could argue 7. William keeping the tradition going, giving out gifts. How many routes does DK have in his route tree? I want to say about 5. Oh, yeah. It's been the Jamar Chase quarter. The defense will adjust at halftime. You would hope. But guess what? You try to adjust for Jamar Chase, you still give the opponent the entire playbook to have access to be able to throw the football, run the football as well. Justin Pafavo said, you like that you really know football, sports in general. It's what in your case makes you the best at this. Much love.
Is Bob
much
23
respect,
is
brother.
now
I appreciate
following.
that, family. Because there's a lot of people who, like, week by week, and I always find this funny, when you have sports fans who have been watching sports for years, but week by week, they're so emotional about the game. Like, bro, you've been watching long enough. You know football 60 minutes. Y'all were live with me. Like, I love the fact that I was live and y'all see it in real time where Kansas City and Buffalo played in that playoff game with 13 seconds left. I'm literally calm. Oh, man, Buffalo scored the touchdown, but there's still 13 seconds. Chat going crazy. Wave face killer. It's over. Game done. It's over. Everybody, it's over. They don't got a chance. I'm the only motherfucker. Yo, there's still time on the clock. Bro, what? Incomplete.
Then you sell it.
Incomplete. It said Son bobbled it? All right. Shit. But nonetheless, like I've watched enough football. I played football. Bro, it's 60 minutes, man. It's 60 minutes, but it's just disappointing when you see certain habits that don't get broken. It's like week after week, you constantly end up putting yourself in the same situation. Prime time, you end up seeing the same stuff happen. It's like, all right, well, why can't we just go out there and perform at a very high level for a consistent piece of, a consistent, the game, if you will. But I always give credit where credit is due. Like, yo, you're still dealing with professionals over here. It's a triple crown, the 5th triple crown receiver in the history of the NFL in the modern era, right? I'm not going to sit over there, oh, man, they're slouches, Jamar Chase. Like, Joe Flacco may not be as elite as the only thing elite about him was his Nike socks. Classic callback. But I'm never going to not give Son his credit. There it is, T. Higgins right over the middle, got him. Oh, my God, Joey Porter, you got to be able to, and it's a late flag coming again. Another flag. Another flag coming in. Joey Porter just rack up fucking yellow. Joey Porter racks up yellow. He got more yellow than a Simpson. I don't know what's going on, bro. This man cannot guard somebody without racking up flags.
Gotcha, bitch.
Cap Hilcher is now following.
Chase got 10 targets. Do they not know who he is? Oh, no, they know who he is. They just can't stop him. They just can't stop him. Oh, Lord. Somebody tell the Steelers D-line to go make a play. After Keanu Benton had the sack on the opening drive, D-line has been non-existent. TJ Watt, I don't think he has a tackle yet. He looking like Myles Garrett last week. Greatest fullbacks of all time. Crazy leg Hirsch. John Riggins, Mike Allstott. John Riggins, Mike Allstott. Lorenzo Neal. Max Strong. I forget Son's name. The first, I think it was Tony Henderson. A lot of other like halfbacks, things like that. Yeah, those are good guys. They were good players. Get Noah Fant down on the ground, force him to call a timeout. They got to call a timeout right now. They got to call a timeout. They're going to have to kick a field goal, make it a 7-point game. They're going to have to call timeout right now. Since he has a timeout, you don't have to clock it. Just call timeout. And bring out Evan McPherson to close the half. And you're going to have a chance to open up the second half with the football. Yeah, I don't think Watt has a tackle. Look at the statistics, bro. Yeah, Watt doesn't even have a tackle. He's just out there doing cardio, bro. He's just doing cardio. And you know what sucked? When Pittsburgh was up by 10, if the defense gets them off the field, and let's just say Pittsburgh goes down and scores, now you unleash the hounds because all they can do is throw. All they can do is throw. Now you can't do that. Chase Brown on 5 carries, 74 yards. Jamar Chase got 7 catches, 61 yards and a TD. T. Higgins, 3 catches, 54 yards and a TD. Jamar Chase got 11 fucking targets. That is brutal, bro. Man is just getting the football out here. 49-yard field goal, Evan McPherson. There's the kick. Right through the uprights. Perfect down the middle. It's good. 7-point lead for Cincinnati at the break. Classic Pittsburgh. Jerome Bettis was huge, but he was a running back. He wasn't a fullback. What do I think will happen first? Pittsburgh winning on Thursday night, away game, or the Browns win a game in Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh winning on Thursday night, an away game. Pittsburgh winning Thursday night, an away game. I think they can win this game. I 100% believe they can win this game, right? I 100% believe they can win this game. But the Browns winning Pittsburgh, I don't think that's going to happen. As long as it's not on a Thursday night. They put it on a Thursday night, Browns against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home, then I'm ooh. But Thursday night, it's like, I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh, why it's just unprepared. You go down the field, you score on the opening drive. Second drive, unfortunately, a penalty ends up taking away the touchdown. And then here you are or I should say a third drive, they end up getting the, because I think they punted. Yeah, they punted. Then after that, then a field goal, and then it's just been all downhill since there. But football, 60 minutes. Football, 60 minutes. But in the last 3 drives, I just want to read. It was a 6-play punt, 7-play punt, right? The next 3 drives, 10 play. I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know I just want y'all to see the third down conversion. 10 plays, 72 yards. Almost 6-minute drive. They converted on third down. On 3rd and 10, they got 15. 2nd and 8, they got 9. After the penalty, after the income, they ended up getting the touchdown, right? So they ended up getting the touchdown because they were down there. Next drive, 29 yards to Higgins. 37-yard run, 29-yard touchdown. After the interception, 13-yard pass. They had the 12-yard penalty. 8-yard, everything is plus yardage. And you can't even take it. You can't forget about the fact that, what was it? It was a 29-yard run. He had a 27-yard run. And he also had a 37-yard run. We just give up big play after big play for this whole decade. That's what we've done. Once the 2020s have started, oh my God. They just, for the life of them, cannot put together a full 60 minutes, man. Penguin said, y'all are optimistic with this team. You're realistic, and in reality, you'd be surprised if we don't lose by 2 scores. Remember what I said coming into the year. Oh, we signed Aaron Rodgers. I have no real high expectation. I'm not excited. I have to see what it looks like week by week. And despite the fact that people are like, oh, man, yeah, Pittsburgh is in a perfect situation. Cincinnati don't got Joe Burrow. The Ravens don't have Lamar Jackson. The Browns don't know what they're doing at quarterback. So last year, we're sitting at 10-3. We lose the last 4 games of the year. And for all intents and purposes, should have never lost to the Browns on Thursday night either. Really should have motherfucking been 11-2. Dallas had a comeback in the clutch. Should have lost that game either. We couldn't get off the field in 3rd down. Should have only had 1 loss going into the final stretch of the year. But classic Steelers. Just get a victory to where now you have a winning season, and then you fall apart when it matters most. So I'm not remotely surprised by this half. You go up by 10, you allow 17 unanswered. It's not the first time that I've seen it. Remember, 2019, Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph. Despite not having Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh's what? 8-5. You just got to win 1 game and you go into the playoffs. What do? Lose the last 3. Lose the last 3. Classic Steelers, man. Classic Steelers. It can't not be a heart attack. Now, do I think that we'll make the adjustments in the second half? 100%, but I'll tell you this much. Those 2 turnovers are going to hurt, because what did Cincinnati do with both the turnovers? Turn it into points. 10 points solely off of turnovers. If we can't take the football away, kiss the game goodbye. Flacco playing like he trying to get some record. No, Flacco playing like he playing the Steelers.
Gotcha, bitch.
This is just how Flacco played. When we played against the Colts last year, Anthony Richardson, who was actually tearing up the defense, he was moving the chains. The Colts were picking up first downs left and right. They were doing what they was doing. Then he gets knocked out the game. Moment Flacco came in, I wasn't live streaming for the game. Moment Flacco came in, I said, oh, shit, yeah, we're fucked, bro. We're fucked. And what did he do? I think he threw for like 300 yards on our heads. Couple of touchdowns. Mo Alley Cox with a score. I think Pittman might have scored a touchdown, but he ended up getting no. When he got laid out, that wasn't that game. That was
Cashbot
that was a
World is
different
now
game when he got laid
following.
out. Or was it? I forget. Whatever the case may be. It's not my first time watching this. I am 100% familiar with what's transpiring here. SGF for 2 on said Chase turning Ramsey into Beef Wellington right now. He's cooking them. Is Bob in the building? What's going on? Yado. Says Steelers love to play down to the competition, man. Happens every time, 100%. But it's divisional football, so I'm not going to sit here and be shocked by Cincinnati's play. Hence why y'all never heard me say, oh, man, this game is over. Yeah, man, they're cooking. It's a guaranteed win. No. Divisional football, Thursday night. Pittsburgh Steelers Classic. Brutal. Mommy Gooner put 5 on and said the standard is the standard. Indeed. Indeed. The standard is the standard. And what's the standard? Mediocrity. Just terrible, bro. Rodgers hasn't thrown 2 picks since November 2022. Brutal. Well, that's not accurate. He has a 2-pick game earlier in this season. What do you mean? I think it was Seattle he has 2 picks, albeit one of them wasn't his fault, and in this case, one of them wasn't his fault. But yeah, he had 2 picks earlier in the season. I think it was Seattle he threw 2 picks. Yeah, Seattle he threw 2 picks. Seattle he threw 2 picks. One of them in Seattle wasn't his fault because Calvin Austin hit the ball as he was trying to find Freiermuth in the end zone. And then the next one tonight was just a hell of a play by the corner, Turner, on DK Metcalf. But
Then you sell it.
Tim Harris, with 5-1, said, did some research. Pittsburgh has never beaten a divisional opponent on Thursday night ever. 0-6 over 45 years. Didn't realize it was that bad. Yep, terrible. 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 I'm not remotely surprised. 0-6 against divisional opponents in 45 years is absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. We need Mr. Unlimited. No, the fuck we don't. I'll tell you that right now. What they need to do is get their head out their ass. You need the defense to go and make a play, a takeaway at that. I don't think Flacco is going to mess around because Darius Slay should have caught an interception, but hands are just for decoration. Or I should say his face for decoration because they hit him right in the face mask after going through Jamar Chase's hands. So it's always a situation where folks don't go out there and take care of business. It is absolutely brutal. It is absolutely brutal. We need Miles Jack. No, the hell we don't. Who we really need is Greg Lloyd, Kevin Green, Mel Blount, Donnie Shell, Jack Lambert, Jack Ham, Mean Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood, Ernie Holmes. Call up all of the Steelers. Yeah, James Harrison, Troy Polamalu, Joey Porter, well, maybe not so much Ike Taylor because Jamar Chase would cook him. Rod Woodson. Call up everybody on defense. Call up all the Steelers defensive greats. Let them go out there and help us out because right now, man, we need help. Man, we need help. Motherfuckers can't get a stop whatsoever, bro. Brutal. O'Kelly said, you're a Cincinnati diehard. If y'all had Ryan Shazier, it would be different, but it is what it is. Well, I mean, the 2017 season, if Ryan Shazier never nearly got paralyzed, bro, I 100% believe defense would be something different. But that's not the case. Oh, urinating trees in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Urinating trees in the building. Brother, our Pittsburgh Steelers once again in a classic Thursday night performance. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the doggone truth? We're always underperforming, but who's surprised? Joe Flacco, 11-11 against our Pittsburgh Steelers overall. Last time we saw him absolutely cooked us when he was playing with the doggone Colts. I'm not surprised whatsoever. Some people in the chat room were talking about, well, why was Tomlin talking about the trade for Joe Flacco? Because he don't want to see Flacco, and neither do us. We don't want to see him out there. He finds ways to win against Pittsburgh. I think he got 3 game-winning scores against us. He hit Hushmanzada, hit Torrey Smith, Justin Tucker after 3 straight field goals, one in like 2015 or something like that. I don't want to see Joe Flacco on the other sideline. I don't want to see it. Bring me Jake Browning, but remember the last time we played Jake Browning, he cooked us too. We cannot win on Thursday night. We underperform every single time. We don't put together good performances, and we constantly let the people down. It's pain. Every single time. Albeit football is 60 minutes. We got 30 minutes of football that lets it happen. You know, it's yet to happen. Maybe Pittsburgh can mess around and get a takeaway. Maybe the offense can mess around and wake up. Maybe the run game is going to show its face. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been sacked just yet. But I promise you right now, they're going to mess around and release the hounds like Mr. Burns. They're going to get after us. Cincinnati's got the opening drive. If they go down the field and score, My confidence will be at an incredible low. If we cannot force them to punt and they go down the field and score a touchdown at that, my confidence will be at an incredible low because we won't be able to crawl out of that hole. It's Pittsburgh Steelers. Where's TJ Watt? Doing cardio. All those Steeler fans in the chat online were boasting about what they done did last week, this past Sunday to Myles Garrett. Garrett didn't have a touchdown. He didn't have a QB hit. He didn't have a sack. He didn't even have a tackle. TJ's so much better. What happened tonight? What's TJ doing? Whole lot of cardio. Have him mic'd up, please. NFL Films, release the film. All you're going to hear, whole lot of breathing. No production. Why? Because we bend, don't break. And apparently right now we're doing a whole lot of bending and breaking. When the world is watching, we come up short. We can win on Monday nights, not on Thursday nights. Yan Burglar put 2 on, said, I'm calling the CTE Godfathers. Oh, gotta call them. Magpies put 5 on, said, Chisel, I haven't seen one of your videos in years. You thought I got sent to the Shadow Realm. How the hell am I? I'm doing well, Magpies. I appreciate you for tuning into the doggone stream. I blame the post notifications for not notifying you of the uploads. Marco G put 2 on, said, at least I don't have only one win like your Ravens. But guess what? Ravens can mess around and bounce back. Why? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers fall apart. Last year, Pittsburgh should have won the division. All we had to do was win.
14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
Terrible. 4th and 1. Platoon said, how about them Falcons? Number 1 defense in the league. All right, defense, you got to make a play. Went into halftime. Oh, were halftime adjustments made? No. We don't know how. We don't know how. Here come the punt return. All right, they're at the 30. Defense needs to make a play. Cannot allow any score whatsoever. Now, let it be known, I still am confident we can win this game. It's just going to be a classic Pittsburgh Steeler down to the wire kind of situation. Maybe it's going to have to be Tomlin who's going to mess around. Or I should say Tomlin. It's going to be Boswell who has to boot it through the upright to go and make a move, make the win in this Unk Bowl. But one way or another, it's going to come down to the wire. If you thought this was going to mess around and be a blowout, you don't know Pittsburgh Steeler football. So here we go. Let's see what they have here. Opening drive of this second half. There's the pass over to Jamar Chase. Oh, of course, he made the tackle. Thank the Lord this man fell down. But you got to be kidding me, bro. We have an opportunity to get to the quarterback right there. You got to make a play. Get your hand on that doggone football, man. Lawrence, for 5 on said, at least you have a defense. You've seen what the Cowboys fans have had to deal with weekly. We got defense that can make some sort of advantageous plays, but we should have had a pick earlier. Darius Slay hit him right there in the doggone face mask. We got lucky that Jamar Chase fell right there. That was about to be a huge catch and run. Oh my God, Darius Slay is down again, bro. We got too much unks, man. I'm all for the doggone veterans, but we need Sinzu Beans on the sideline. Every single game I've seen Darius Slay limping and going to the doggone sideline, man. Come on, dog. Golly. We old as hell. Every single game, Darius Slay. We gotta get some sort of potion. Take him to the Poke Mart. Go get a full restore, get a full heal or something, bro. Golly, every single game this man banged up, albeit he old. I appreciate his game as well. But come on, man. Best believe you're gonna see Flacco attack him. Flacco about to try to go after Eccles immediately. Magpies for 5 months, and you really hope we smack the goddamn Jesus out of the Titans this week, Adonis. No Ramondre fumbles. Hopefully for your New England Patriots. Here we go. Joe Flacco's going to throw. Here comes TJ Watt. Tried to go low. Down goes Chase after a gain of a couple to set up a 3rd and short. Chase for 5 on said, you understand my pain on Thursday night like you. Your Commanders have a bad history on Monday Night Football at home. Yeah, it happens. It's like, it's football. I'm not going to sit here, and make it seem as if it's not football and it can't happen. But my God, it's just pain when you see the pattern continue to show itself. That's where it sucks the most. When the pattern continues to show itself, that's where it sucks the most. It's like you go into the game. It's like, I know what the history is. There's no way that the professionals don't know what the history is. Handoff to Chase Brown. That's a first down. Or is it Samaje Perine? Pardon me. That's Samaje Perine. That's a first down. If I told you 5 years ago that the Falcons were going to have the #1 defense in the league, you would have thought that I was taking them 14 grams. If I told you 5 years ago, well, 5 years is enough to have a complete turnaround. You could mess around and say, hey, in 5 years, the Jets will be the #1 team in football. It's like, yo, that's 5 years. A lot can change in 5 years. More often than not, the teams that was at the top of the league 5 years prior are not there the following year. Unless, of course, you happen to have, a very dominant quarterback. Let me not say at the top of the league. Usually, those that hover towards like the middle of the fence. Oh my God, there's another positive yardage right there. They're now inside Pittsburgh territory. Chase Brown is inching closer and closer to 100 yards. First carry of the half for Chase Brown. He's over 80 now. He's over 80 now. Yep, sixth carry of the game. He's now got 81 yards. Yo, Jamar Chase got 9 catches. Jamar Chase has 9 catches on 13 targets. Oh my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Run defense is horrible. Oh, yes, terrible. It is not the Pittsburgh Steelers defense of yesteryear. I do not see Dick LeBeau on that sideline, and it looks like they're getting ready to throw right now. 2nd and 3. They're going right into shotgun right now. Joe Flacco feels no fear whatsoever. Right over the middle. There's a catch by Jamar Chase. That's a first down across the 35. This is easy. They're marching down the field. That's catch number 10 right now. That's catch number 10 right now for Jamar Chase, bro. That's catch number 10 right now for Jamar Chase. Joe Flacco eating this defense up, making checks at the line. They probably don't even know what he calling. He just saying, yo, he in the huddle. He holding the football like this. I need you to run this, right? You run that. I've seen this defense in years. They do nothing different. You do this, and then you do that. All right, cool. Ready? Hut. Oh, there's one right. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't know how the commentators are incredibly surprised by what's happening, bro. I've been watching this game way too long. Jamar Chase over the middle. That's a first down again. That's a first down again. Catch number 11 for Jamar Chase. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. World War I veteran Joe Flacco. Revolutionary War veteran Joe Flacco. It's too easy. Unless this is going to turn into a shutout, or I should say a shootout. Man, let me tell you something right now. It's about to be bad. Magpies are telling us you're convinced for years the Jets are cursed franchise. For what did they do to deserve that curse? But you're loving it as a New England Pats fan. Also, the Dolphins being run by a walking CTE QB. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. They don't know what's going on. And Mike McDaniel is 100% coaching his last year in Miami. There's a handoff. Can we make a tackle in the backfield? No, we can't. We got to hold them to a field goal here. We have to hold them to a field goal here. This is atrocious football by Pittsburgh. They are marching down the field with absolute ease. Jamar Chase, 11 catches, 11 catches, 99 yards. Dudes just look absolutely discombobulated out there. They've outgained us by 90 yards already and counting. And counting. Doesn't matter who's guarding Chase, he's catching it. It's not even just about Chase, too. Flacco is just seeing every hold in the defense, and I'm not remotely surprised. I'm not remotely surprised. Here comes Nick Herbig. Can he get him on the ground? No, he can't. Flacco to the end zone. Throws it away. Nick Herbig actually had a very good rep right there on the rush, but unfortunately couldn't get to the quarterback. We need a sack. We need a sack. Oh. 14 points on you, Rod? No. 10 points. They have 10 points off of their penalties. There's Flacco again. That's Yoshi Vosh. That's a first down. That's a first down. They moving the chains again, and now it's 1st and goal. Oh, no, they're going to mark him 1 yard short. It's about to be a 3rd down right now. Hey, TJ going to need to wake up. Somebody, TJ, Cameron, Hayward, Patrick Queen, somebody just, everybody on the defense out there just hanging around. They just hanging around. Nobody making plays whatsoever. They just watching them march down the field. 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. No, they're not. Oh, wow, Joe Flacco on the sneak. You got to hold them back now. Wait, what the fuck? Somebody called timeout. I think they called timeout. I think they called timeout. Yeah, they called timeout. There was an early whistle that came. I think they called timeout. Wait, Zach Taylor threw a flag for a challenge? Wow, he challenged to see the spot of the football. That's a challenge flag from Cincinnati to see the spot of the football. Ty Kendall Pateno said, why can't Zach Taylor call a game like this when they have a top 4 QB in the league playing for them? The Bengals might actually be threatening if they did. Oh, I think it has less to do with the Bengals and more to do with the Steelers. I think this got less to do. Yeah, that should have been a first down. That's a first down. That's a first down. This is going to come back as a successful challenge. But it's less to do with the Bengals and it's more to do with the Steelers. I don't want to take anything away from Cincinnati's play here tonight, but this is just classic Steelers. This is just classic Steelers. Like if you're a Bengals fan coming into this game and you weren't confident, I don't know why. I legitimately don't know why. Yeah, that's going to be a win. That's going to be a victorious challenge, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Laying down to the competition of Steelers Classic 100%. I'm not remotely surprised. Go back to the early beginning portion of the stream, and you'll see it. This is what I love about being live. Because you can see it. The Bengals are balling right now. 100% they're balling. 100%. They're 100% they're balling. But Pittsburgh is ass in these situations. Like, I've watched enough Pittsburgh Steelers football for the last 25 years to be able to tell you how, or I should say the last 10 really, because the Cowher Steelers and then the early seasons of Tomlin, which you were able to, as your name tree puts so eloquently, rely on the high-end talent of that defense. You didn't necessarily, you could watch that game and you could see it's like 10-7 or whatever the case is, but you can still feel confident through and through because you know you're playing against a good team or whatever the case is, or you have trust in your defense. I don't. You're on edge at all times when watching Steeler games. His knee was down before the line to gain. I think it's going to be a successful challenge. Y'all make the playoffs. What are y'all going to do in the first round? Nothing. I don't give a damn about making the playoffs. If you can't win in the postseason, I don't give a damn. Like, Pittsburgh getting a ticket to the dance is cool. Like, all right, it's a new season once you make it to the playoffs. But as far as I'm concerned, bro, if we can't win a doggone game, what are we talking about? Like, I don't give a damn about winning. See, I would rather be bottom feeders than a team that constantly goes to the postseason or is constantly middle of the pack. The middle of the pack is the fucking worst. Because you're not bad enough to get a great draft pick and you're not good enough to be in contention every single year. Middle of the pack is the fucking worst spot to be at. Oh, what do you know? He was short, unsuccessful challenge. They done lost the doggone timeout here, 4th and inches, and they're still going to have their offense on the field. They're going to go for it. Pittsburgh's now's the time to make a play here. Now's the time to make a play here. It's ended up being unsuccessful. What do you know? But the offense comes back onto the field. Now's the time you got to make a play. Cam Hayward, you're going to need to make a play right here. If they're going to go and they're going to sneak it, you got to wake up and make a play. Flacco most likely is going to sneak it. If they run a play action and find a touchdown, oh my God, wouldn't that be something? Flacco's going to sneak it. That's a first down. It doesn't even fucking matter. We can't get up front and get no stops whatsoever. That's a first down. First and goal, ladies and gentlemen. First and goal. That'd be a good time for Minka Magic. Oh, wait. Then again, we haven't seen any Minka Magic in years, hence why now he's in Miami. Handoff Samaje Perine. He's still up right now. Get him on the ground. Second down coming up right now. If you could force them to a close field goal, that'd be great. They score a touchdown here. I am concerned. Mind you, this whole drive, half the quarter. Half the quarter. We can't win on time of possession whatsoever. Everything that Cincinnati struggled with coming into this game, they're excelling at in this game. Everything they struggled with coming into the game, they're excelling. This is why I tell y'all, divisional football, man. Divisional football. You never go into games thinking, oh, man, the game, it's a shoe-in because this team's at. No, it's divisional football. Second and goal. Flacco's going to throw. Oh, he's got him, too. He's got him, too. I'm surprised he didn't decide to throw it inside the sample. He had sample right there. Instead, he decided to go outside to T. Higgins, and Jalen Ramsey makes a hell of a play. Jalen Ramsey makes a hell of a play on T. Higgins, 5-on-5. Rematch in the Super Bowl. I don't know if they've seen themselves since the Super Bowl, seen each other since the Super Bowl, but that's a hell of a breakup right there from Jalen Ramsey. Angie Batuan said, what's this? Don't let Ocho say foot or ball. Well, hopefully, if we can mess around, come back and make and win this doggone game, but we shall see. 17 unanswered from Cincinnati here. Third and goal. Got to hold him to a field goal. TJ got to make a play. Oh, Jesus Christ. TJ just got fucking boomed. Flacco going to throw it into the ground. Yeah, he ends up just throw it into the ground. Don't even set up the football to get intercepted. If that's Jake Browning on the field, he probably forces that. Good defensive hold for a field goal, but don't jump off sides. Hold him to a football here. Oh, field goal here. Good job. TJ got fucking blasted on the rush. He ended up dropping into coverage. Now they're going to bring out Evan McPherson here for a very close chip shot field goal. 23-yard attempt here. There it is through the uprights, and it's good. It's a double-digit lead right now for Cincinnati. Oh, boy. That'd be a good time if Pittsburgh could wake the fuck up, but offense got to come out there and play some football, man. Offense got to come out there and play some doggone football. 20 unanswered. Pittsburgh come out in 3 and out. Hey, we'll be lucky if we see that football for the remainder of the quarter. Like, you couldn't ask for, albeit a touchdown drive would have been absolutely perfect, but man, I wanted a shutout. 100% wanted a shutout. 100% wanted a shutout. But that's not the case. 2 picks by Rodgers. Well, 1 interception and then 1 spectacular play on defense, similar to like what happened with Seattle. And she said, how am I a Steelers fan if I'm New York as fuck? Well, I've told the story before. I'll keep it under 90 seconds. NFL quarterback 2001. I played this game religiously on my N64. Basically, what ended up transpiring was I always played with the Packers. Every time I played against the Steelers, I could not tackle Jerome Bettis because his big ass, when you press A on the N64 controller, he lowers that shoulder for the turbo, but ran everybody over, right? So since that was the case, I always played with Leroy Butler on defense, kept getting ran over left and right. But whatever the case was, decided, hey, you can't beat him, join him. Played with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is during the 2000 season in the game. Played with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, I could not get beat when I played with them because Jerome Bettis ran everybody over. Once that was the case, was able to go and apply that into regular life. And I said, hey, man, can't beat him, join him. Let me play with this doggone team. Went undefeated in the franchise mode. I didn't have a memory card, so I just played the entire game through and through. Then from there, 2001 season began. Pittsburgh ended up going to the AFC Championship. Troy Brown broke our hearts, of course, with them 2, I believe it was 2 touchdowns, or he was balling on the fucking special teams, whatever the case was. Should have won that game, and we did not. But I became a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because of the NFL quarterback. And, of course, I didn't mention Week 4, 2000 season. Was it week 4 or week 3? It escapes me. Whatever the case was, turned on the television, saw fat-ass Jerome Bettis score a 12-yard touchdown when I came back from church. Didn't even take my church shoes off yet. I never saw somebody that big run so nimble. He scored the TD, and I said, you know what? It's apropos. I'm playing the game as the Pittsburgh Steelers. I come back from church. I turn on the TV. I see the Pittsburgh Steelers score a touchdown. I'm a Steelers fan. 25 years, there it is. Yeah, it was a good return right there, but hey, man, I just want to see if Pittsburgh's going to mess around and get some points. Midway through the third quarter right now, Cincinnati scored 20 points unanswered. Sounds like I should become a Ravens fan. Well, that ship has sailed. The only opportunity is when I was teamless. I don't believe in switching teams. I think that's foolish. You pick your team, you stick with your team. There's a toss over to Jalen Warren. Can he break a tackle and pick up a first down? Yes, he can. Move the chains. They're now at midfield. Your favorite bus moment was the snow game when he ran over Urlacher. I believe that was his final home game as well, in Heinz Field. Magnificent run for that touchdown score. That was a magnificent game. I thoroughly enjoyed that. All right, here we go. Now, first down for Pittsburgh, now at midfield. Rodgers hasn't been sacked in 6 quarters. Did I just jinx him? I hope not. There's a toss over to Jalen Warren. Finds a seam. That's a first down and more. Break a tackle. Keep your feet, Warren. First down. Pittsburgh is marching down the field. Jalen Warren picking up yardage. All right. There you go. Hell of a run right there from Jalen Warren, finding the seam. Man, if only Geno Stone didn't get a finger on him. He could have took that the distance. Yeah, the bowling ball of Jalen Warren out there making plays. Sargent for 5 said for the commentary, you want to hear old man Flacco, old man Rodgers for every play? I don't know about every play, but it was going to be in there. It was going to be in there. Should have went play action on first down there because they're all expecting that run. They're expecting that run heavily. Warren always broke that one. Yeah, 100%. And we got to be able to get our other receivers involved, man, because they already know they're going to heavily put whole lot of blanket coverage over DK Metcalf. They're going to double, son. We don't have a number 2 receiver, hence why we got to get somebody prior to the trade deadline or grab somebody in free agency. Oh, we got Darnell Washington outside one-on-one. He's like 6'9", bro. Let's get that football to him. Get that football to him. Throw that. Oh, he never saw the football. He never saw the foot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You got to turn your head around, sir. Oh, my Lord. You got to look for the football, brother. You got to look for the football. God damn. He was right there, but he turned to the civil rights movement.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around.
Craig put 5 on and said, you're a Ravens and Cowboys fan. Folks give you crap about it. You grew up liking both teams, never knew what the issue was. Oh, that's because you got 2 teams. At one point, you got to have one. There is the pass over the middle. Scotty Miller, first down. Damn, this man just took flight. That's the first. Oh, no, pardon me. That was Roman Wilson. Thought it was Scotty Miller. It's Roman Wilson. For the first down right there to go and move the chains. White boys. Making plays. Yeah, but once you have 2 teams, it's very difficult. Well, what the fuck? They're going to immediately go for it. Pass over the middle. It's broken up. I think it hit somebody in the helmet. But there's laundry on the field. I think they tried to take advantage of misalignment on the defense. This might mess around and be 12 men on the field. Is it 12 men on the field? There's got to be a flag on the defense. Or is it going to be an illegal shift? What's the call? Is it on the defense? Both teams. Wow. Illegal shift on the offense. Somebody wasn't set. And offsides on the defense. All right. Offsetting penalties. Repeat. First down. All right. All right. Let's run that football. Somebody didn't get set in time. You know, Rodgers is the master of taking advantage of 12 men on the field or somebody being offsides. All somebody had to do was be set there. Wait, what the fuck? How's it 1st and 10 from the 10.5-yard line? So we have a chance to get a first down if we get down to the 1-yard line. It's not 1st and goal. It's 10 and 7/8. Oh, we're going to play action right there. Dump ball. Oh, my God. Where's Washington going? Nowhere. His big ass is not going to break them tackles. We just lost 9 yards. Why the fuck are we running a screen to Darnell Washington? He too fucking big to be running screens. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? He too damn big to be running screens. That don't make no sense. You have to get him either the ball in a high point sort of position or you get him the ball with a head of steam. What are we running screens to this man for? Dumb as hell. Terrible play call. And now we're going backwards. Here we were knocking on the door. Not anymore. 3rd and 18. We about to fucking force the doggone football. Hey, pick up yardage. It's already going to be a field. Well, I shouldn't even say it's already going to be a field goal in which, you know, we're gonna see a miss. Or I should say a make. Boswell missed 2 field goals this year. One was blocked. The other one where he slipped in Heinz Field. Both of them, I can't say are his fault. But, oh, now you got a man down. Turner is down. I think he got a cramp. Yeah, I think he got a cramp. Just dumbass play calling, man. Why would you run a screen to a 300-pound man? Does that make sense? Are we Dan Campbell and the Lions? What are we doing? What are we doing? Run the fucking football, man. Run the goddamn football. You got 1st and 10 from the 10.5-yard line. 10 and an inch yard line, and we don't run the football. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Golly. 3rd and long. Just protect the doggone football. Just protect the football. Do not have a turnover. Kick the doggone field goal and take some points. Four minutes left to go here in the 3rd right now. Just protect the football. Get a field goal. Just protect the football and get a field goal. No turnovers, please. Rodgers going to try the end zone. Got a man. Wow. Oh, there it is. Freiermuth finally showed up. That's a touchdown. Freiermuth putting points on the board. Oh, he's looking for a steal. Oh, no, I guess not. He just went over there to go talk shit. Freiermuth in the end zone. That's a touchdown. All right. All right. Rodgers to Freiermuth. That's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. 9 plays, 61 yards, 4 minutes. Freiermuth finally showed up this season, ladies and gentlemen. Freiermuth remembered he plays football. The man in the 88 club. Oh, magnificent fucking seam. They left the middle of the field wide open. They left the middle of the field wide open. Hell of a goddamn play. Way to hold on to the football. That's a touchdown. Thank the Lord. Extra point, Chris Boswell. No missing. Yo, this man is way too close. He's way too close. Son lined up. The holder lined up way too inside. Mans was too close. Nonetheless, here we are. That's a touchdown. Thank the Lord. 3rd and 18. We end up getting a touchdown. Who would have thought? All right. We're trailing by 3. Now we just need a defense to make a play. TJ Watt, if you could hear me. TJ Watt, if you could hear me. I need you to wake the fuck up and make a play. You haven't made a tackle. You haven't had a pressure. You haven't even exhaled near a goddamn ball carrier. I need you to make a play right now. Somebody hit Joe Flacco. Anybody on the Steelers defense. Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Jalen Ramsey. Please, hey, I'm sending my energy to you. Please make a fucking play. My God, Joe Flacco is eating the defensive line. Am I shocked? Absolutely not. But can y'all wake the fuck up and make a doggone play? We need momentum. We're in Cincinnati. Are they going to play Renegade? Of course they're not. Can somebody make a play? Please, can somebody make a play? My God, it's the Unk Bowl, and whatever the case may be, the younger Unk is winning this game. Somebody make a fucking play, please. Golly. We need help. We need help. And what did I tell you guys at halftime? I'm still confident Pittsburgh can win this game, but it's going to come down to the goddamn wire. It's always like that. Divisional football, but primarily Thursday night football, Pittsburgh always underperforms. I'm not taking anything away from Cincinnati's performance, but being a Steelers fan for as long as I've been, watching Tomlin teams as long as I have, last 6 years under Tomlin in Pittsburgh, it's always been this. Games in which you come in and, well, it seems like they should run away with the game. They underperform, and it ends up being nail biter. So we'll see how things play out. But somebody got to wake up on defense and make a play. Somebody got to wake up on defense and make a play. By the way, if you guys haven't already, hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button. Ooh, let me post this on, what is it, 10:30 right now? It's 10:30 right now. Let me post my final reel for the day over on Instagram. Let me get that over on IG. My streak of 20 weeks of 1 million viewed video on Facebook and YouTube combined was officially broken last week. And this week is about to be 2 consecutive weeks in which I don't have 1 million viewed video. Am I washed? Raiders play the Devil Magic Chiefs on Sunday. Can you get your Metro card punched for the L train or too soon? Way too soon. You got to wait until the game actually gets played. You got to wait until the game actually gets played. Did I get the water bill situated? Yeah, there was a leak in one of the pipes outside. There was, or I should say, there was a crack in one of the pipes outside. So when I ran the sprinklers, an excessive amount of water was utilized. But the downside was because it's outside of the house. The water company decided to say, yeah, there's nothing that we can do. You're going to have to pay the bill for this month, and then next month, it'll ultimately be situated. So, but ironically enough, I went to Reddit, and a number of people within the same zip code as I'm in were complaining about, a spike in their bill as well. So I'll see what the bill looks like, next month. And then I'll revisit the conversation. Antonio Batuan said, you are a legend. Love your content. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's crazy to think that I've been doing this for 9.5 years. Ain't that wild? 9.5 years? Good God. All right, 2nd and 12. A negative play for Cincinnati. Finally. But now it's time for Pittsburgh to take advantage. Somebody got to make a play. Get back there. Flacco pass. Got his man. That's a catch. T. Higgins, gain of 5. 3rd down. Got to get a stop. Joey Porter's able to get the stop, but unfortunately, all the plays that he's made today have constantly been called by flags because he's unfortunately been holding and pass interfering. But 3rd and 4. Since he could possibly run here, do not think that they won't mess around and run a draw here because they've seen success on the ground. They're already over 100 yards. Come on, man. 3rd and 4. You got to get a stop. TJ, oh my God, no, Yosivas got it. That's a huge catch. Oh my God. TJ was right there. And of course, Darius Slay can't cover. They're already inside field goal range. Of course they are. Joe Flacco unfazed. He's seen Harrison. He's seen Woodley. He's seen Hampton. He's seen Palomalu. He's seen all those guys in the past. You think he's worried about the Steelers in 2025? Golly. Man's been in the league since George Bush was still president. And making plays. Blood on his left hand, it's no problem for Joe Flacco. He's 22 of 32, 216 yards. TJ, please, God damn it, you're right there. Put your hand on the man. Fuck. St. Francis with 5 says, I think the Steelers regret letting go of George Pickens. No, I think they needed a culture change there in the locker room, but they need to go sign somebody else. If they don't sign somebody else, then it's going to be fucking brutal. God damn. This man is right there. Is a fucking a half second away from making a play, but does that matter? No. I'm talking about Steelers. You're mentioning J.J. Watt. I'm talking about Steelers. I mentioned just Steelers. Like, come on now. 2nd and 4. Light work. 1st down. Jamar Chase stays up. It's 1st and goal coming right now. They march down the field so fucking fast, bro. 2 minutes, they're already inside goal to go. It's all smiles on the Cincinnati offense. If you can't hold them to a field goal here, this is a failure. This is a fucking failure. You should have been able to get him out off the field on the 3 and out. But what did I tell you guys? Third down, we absolutely suck. We absolutely suck. I'd be hard pressed to imagine if we're not, the bottom 5 team on third down in the last 10 years. Just fucking terrible. And they're going to throw. There's Flacco looking for Brown, but the pass sail's incomplete. 2nd and goal, 23 seconds left. Can't allow no completions, man. Can't allow no completions, man. Golly. Halo said you took a breath and it flipped from 10-0 to 10-17, and now it's 20-17. Brown should have kept Flacco. 100% they should have. Because why the hell would you get rid of the guy who you thought was the starting quarterback? You get rid of son because you think, oh, man, it's him, when it's not. It's not his fault that they were losing games. Flacco is still a very capable quarterback. Elite? No, but very capable quarterback. It's very difficult to say not elite with the way that he's playing today, but of course, it's the Steelers defense. There's a handoff, positive yardage. That's going to take us to the end of the third quarter, and we're going to start the fourth right after the doggone break. Hold them to a field goal. It's still a long game, 100%, but if they score a touchdown here, then at this point, now it's an incredibly uphill battle because you have to score every single drive. Now 56 straight games with 7 or fewer points in the first quarter for the Tomlin Steelers. No coach has a longer streak in NFL history. Oh, 100%. 100%. I saw that earlier. I'm like, man, we can't score twice in the first quarter. We can't score twice in the first quarter. Pathetic. Pathetic. A TD would be crushing. Got to hold them to 3. Yeah, because if we got him off the field on third down, that would be perfect because now you got a little bit of juice, but it's an uphill battle because the closer and closer you get to the fourth, and because of how the defense has been playing, when was the last time we forced them to punt? First quarter? Look at the drives. They punted twice in the first quarter. Ever since there, every single drive has produced points and went into Steelers territory. And look at the time of possession for each one. 5 minutes, 48 seconds, touchdown. Only 3 plays, minute 33, but guess what? That was a touchdown. And 2 of those, 76-yard drive, 2 plays. 1 play, 37-yard run. The touchdown play, 29 gasher plays. Next drive, after the interception, 40 seconds before halftime, you got a field goal. The next drive to open up this half, 7 minutes, 63 yards. And 14 plays at that. And then the current drive right now is already 4 minutes, and coming out of the break on what will be a third down, coming out of the break is going to be plus 4 minutes. Right now, the time of possession is 25, where it's going to be 26-19. They're outgaining us by over 100 yards. We have those 2 turnovers as well. It's just classic fucking Pittsburgh Steelers football on prime time on Thursday night. Terrible. Need a pick, need a forced fumble, need some sort of turnover. You need a splash play. You need a splash play. And all of the splash plays have been happening against the Steelers. And it's not any surprises. Anybody who's been watching Pittsburgh football, you've always expected this. Thomas put 15 on and said, love the stream so far. Played Legends. Started playing Legends ZA today. Just curious, what are my top 3? I'm assuming you mean Pokemon, Polemon. Types use, or 3 I would use the most in playthroughs. Psychic, 100% Psychic. Water. Psychic, Water, and Fire. All right. Final period. You know what time it is. Oh, boy. How apropos would it be if they score a touchdown with the fucking purge horn going? How apropos would it be? Here we go. Third down. Of course he scores a touchdown. Of course he scores a touchdown. Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, right over the middle. Got his man. How easy was that? Noah Fant with a fucking touchdown. It's a double-digit lead again. Gentlemen, we've arrived at the final period of this game, where Joe Flacco once again continues to absolutely cook the Pittsburgh Steelers defense on a magnificent 3-touchdown performance. Mans got sacked on the opening drive, sat up in his seat, and said, I bet this easy work. Meanwhile, on the other end of the Unk Bowl, Aaron Rodgers and the offense are subpar. The defense hasn't made a play all day. Light work touchdown for the Bengals. Can the Steelers take their receipt to the sperm bank and get a comeback, or will Cincinnati keep the tradition going? Pittsburgh 0-6 against divisional opponents on Thursday night, and it looks like Cincinnati's going to do everything in their power to make it 0-7. Will they take the dead Nemeki into the funeral home and put the nail in the coffin? We're in the final 15, ladies and gentlemen. I invite you to the fourth. What Oh, boy. What I tell you. Would not be remotely surprised if they was able to go down the field and get themselves a touchdown here. What are the Bengals record in that in their jerseys? In the all-white jersey, I think they only lost like 2 games? They're like 6-2, 5-2 or some shit like that. Where's TJ Watt? He must be fishing because he's not doing a damn thing on the football field right now. He's not doing anything on the football field right now. Here you had a 10-0 lead. Should have been a touchdown, but the call gets called back. Rightfully so, because it was a hold. And then after that, you proceed to give up 20 unanswered points, just under fucking performing. It's not a trap game. It's just a regular divisional game. It's not a trap game because at this point, it's very difficult for me to ever sit there and say there's a Pittsburgh Steelers trap game because they do it every year. It's not a trap game. You can't be trapped and caught off guard by it. It's impossible. And furthermore, a divisional game is never a trap game. There's Jaylen Warren, breaks a tackle down the sideline, breaks another tackle, still going down the sideline. That's a first down inside Cincinnati territory. If Pittsburgh's going to score, score fast. Score fast. Oh, by the way, the Bengals have the points, the favorite points of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Because the Bengals currently have how many points? 27. I can't find the 27. Oh, there it is.
27.
Jaylen Warren on 13 carries, 119. I don't even want to look at Underdog. I know I'm getting cooked right now. There's a pass over to Pat Freiermuth. Better protect the football. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. That's a first down. And they could low-key get a late hit, but they're not going to get it. That's a good catch right there by Pat Freiermuth. Oh, I think a referee done got ran over. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 inside the 20, already with just 2 plays. Rodgers didn't even get it. They're going back the other way to Pat Freiermuth. I don't know why he went inside. He should have went outside. J-Rock for 5-1 said, how is Flacco cooking like this? He was burning salad in Cleveland. Just don't make no sense. Not really. It's Joe Flacco versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not remotely surprised. FXU said final score 30-27. Oh, so then the Bengals don't score ever again. Or maybe Pittsburgh scores a touchdown, kicks a field goal, and then all of a sudden the Bengals kick the game-winning field goal. Whatever the case may be, we shall see. 13 minutes left to go here. Pittsburgh needs a touchdown or at worst a field goal. Dump off. There's DK Metcalf. He's got a block. Can he break a tackle? No, he can't. 3rd and 5 coming up right here. 3rd and 5 coming up right here. Now we just got to take, all we can do is just make short passes. I think we should still consider putting this football in the hands of Jaylen Warren over here. He had a magnificent run on both drives. Should have had him run the football the last drive, but we ended up scoring a touchdown. Whatever the case was, we left with points. We got to score here. We got to score here. No, Pittsburgh, I believe, is #1 in the NFL in yards after the catch. But if you keep fucking running screens, it's incredibly predictable. All right, 3rd and 4 over here. And if Aaron got to run, he don't got them wheels like he did in the past. There's the pass. Darnell, hold, protect the football, protect the football, protect the football. That's a first down. We've got a 3rd and goal. We've got a 3rd and goal. Or I should say a 1st and goal, pardon me. It's a first down from the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3. We don't need to throw here. Don't need to throw here. Hand this doggone football off. Let's get into the end zone and then get the defense. God willing, they can make a play. Need a touchdown right now. Need a touchdown right. Oh, my God, we're in shotgun. We're in shotgun. Oh, no, we already have 2 turnovers. We can't afford to have another one. Hand the ball off. There's a handoff. Jalen Warren fine. Oh, my God, he ran right into the fucking defense. We're going to push him. At least he's still up on his feet. Not anymore, though. He's down. That's after a gain of nothing. We got to score right now. We have to score right now. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. 11:30 left to go here in this game. You got to score right now. Got to score right now. Got to score right now. Either score a touchdown or if we're going to fucking kick a doggone field goal, speed the doggone play calling process up. But we got to put some fucking points on the board, please. Y'all got 12. We should be good. We don't got 12. We got 8. That ain't number 12 over there for the Green Bay Packers who came over. We got 8. That's old man Rodgers. End zone touchdown. Darnell Watt it. All right, we got a touchdown. Magnificent. That's a touchdown right there. Aaron now got number 3. Oh wow, it looks like Darnell Watson say he's doing this. What is that? Is he saying 6'7"? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but that's a touchdown right there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Darnell Washington in the end zone. Aaron Rodgers has thrown his 3rd touchdown on this game. He's thrown his 3rd touchdown on this game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers find the end zone. Pat Freiermuth, that's a touchdown. Jonnu Smith, that's a touchdown. Now, Darnell Washington, that's a touchdown. If you're a tight end, football is going into your hands. Pittsburgh getting a touchdown to cut the deficit down to 3. Incredibly fast drive. If you want to score a touchdown, that's how you want to do it. Pittsburgh's drive just under 4 minutes, 7 plays, 73 yards, 33 minutes, 54 seconds. All right, Pittsburgh is on the board. Cut the deficit down to 3. Now you need the defense to make a fucking stop, please. Now you need the defense to make a fucking stop, please. That's a sack, if not for Warren's block right there. A spectacular block by Warren. An absolute spectacular block right there by Warren. So they brought the pressure. They brought the pressure. Warren makes a magnificent block to open it up. Rodgers immediately finds his man in the end zone. That's a touchdown. But now's the time that the defense has to make a play. Pittsburgh's defense has not made a play all fucking day. Keanu Benton had a sack on the opening drive. After that, the pass rush has been virtually non-existent. In fact, I don't think they have a quarterback hit on Flacco. Outside of the sack, let me see here. They have 3 quarterback hits on Flacco. Herbig, Benton obviously on the sack, and Deshaun Elliott got one as well. They're barely touching son. They're barely touching son. We have to sack the quarterback here. We have to sack the quarterback here. We have to get a stop here. Because if they score, it's going to be incredibly demoralizing. They score, it's incredibly demoralizing. We need to get a stop here. Wait, O'Kelly says Cincinnati has a reason to be shitty. The Baltimore Ravens, they don't have a reason to be shitty. Baltimore has more players on IR and more of their starters that are out. What? How can you make a claim? Both Pro Bowl quarterbacks, MVP candidates are injured. What? Oh, why would you say this? I'm confused. Okay, how could you say, like, they literally don't have Lamar Jackson? What? I'm confused by that. Why are the Bengals blocking for Joe Flacco but not Joe Burrow? No. They were attempt. It's pretty. Oh wow, they got the ball to land in the landing zone. And into the end zone. He's got it. He takes the knee in the end zone. That's going to take him out to what, the 20? They're going to have to start that drive at the 20. That's a fucking hell of a kick right there from Boswell. That's a hell of a fucking kick right there from Boswell. Oh, my Lord. That's a hell of a kick from Boswell. That's a hell of a kick from Boswell. Now the defense got to do their part. Defense has to do their part. Somebody got to get a stop. Come on, defense, please. Come on, defense, please. For the love of God. Oh, mama, I've been playing for the life of the Lord. I'm on the Lord. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, man, it's coming into the... Whatever the fuck the lyrics is. Make a goddamn play. Oh, my God. Chase Brown able to not go down and pick up a first down. Never mind. Fuck the Renegade. It's not the same. It ain't the doggone same. It ain't the same. Renegades lost its aura. It ain't working. Did he touch it in kickoff? No, it landed in the landing zone. Then when he picked it up, he took a knee. He didn't touch it prior. He didn't touch it prior. Defense got to make a play here. Somebody's got to do something. Somebody's got to do something. They're now at the 32-yard line. Play action. Oh, my God, he fell down. And that's a catch by Noah Fant. Green grass out of... Oh, my God, look at Patrick Queen fucking jogging. Look at Patrick Queen fucking jogging. Oh, my God, they're already inside Steelers territory, and they're approaching field goal range. Just too easy, man. Look at the pass rush here from Pitt. Oh, my God. The blitz, this man just fell down. Peyton Wilson in cover. Oh, I should say that's Sawyer in coverage. That was Peyton Wilson on the other side who fell down. Just fucking brutal, man. We just cannot make play. Yo, Flacco's going to go over 400 yards today. Oh, I should say 300 yards today. He's going to throw again. No pass rush whatsoever. This man got all fucking day. Oh, he got hit. That ball might be loose. No, it's not. They're going to call it incomplete. Holcomb falls on top of the football. They might call it incomplete. We need a Palomalu style play. The fucking, remember that Sunday night game with the chop on Flacco? And I think it was Lamar Woodley who picked it up. Oh my God. When you need a play to get made, now's the time that you need to see those big time players make plays. There's a pass over to Jamar Chase, and these dudes is getting blocked. Down goes Chase. Third down. This is it. You got to make a play right here. This is it. This is literally it. You got to make a play right here. This is literally it. This is why they pay you all that money. You got to make a play right now. You got to make a play right now. What's my favorite Steelers memory? Super Bowl, Super Bowl 43, of course. But Troy Polamalu's interception in the AFC Championship, bar none. Probably one of the greatest feelings. And then, of course, James Harrison's pick six, and then Santonio Holmes' game winner in the Super Bowl. All right, third. Oh, my God, bro. What do we do? What are we doing? And we can't tackle. And we can't tackle worth a spit. Hold them to a fucking field goal. Hold them to a fucking field goal. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Third down. He's just right there over the middle. Just nobody. He can't guard him. He can't guard him. Jamar Chase got what now? 13 catches? That might be catch number 14, bro. You've got to be kidding. And Patrick Queen can't tackle worth a spit. Get him. Oh, my God, son. Get him out of here. Get him out. I can't stand Patrick Queen. Week by week. What are you doing? Wrap up, bro. Wrap up, bro. Oh, my Lord. That's catch number 14, 128 yards. You got to be kidding me. Christian Pateno said, we need Blitzburg move. No, yeah, we don't even need a Blitzburg because watch, somebody's going to be open. We can't guard nobody. Patrick Queen just out here doing cardio, wasting people's time. Look at Patrick Queen. He ain't even touched nobody. I'm hunching over. Oh, my pussy hurts. I can't, bro. Patrick Queen just waits. And remember what I said earlier. I forgot to give son kudos on his game against Cleveland last week. The fuck did he do today? Whole lot of nothing, bro. Whole lot of nothing. He just wasting people's time out here, bro. Watch, they're going to find the end zone. It's going to be on Queen. Third downs. We can't get a stop. What is their percentage on third down? It's got to be like 75% or more. What are they on third down? They're 7 of 11 on third. We're 7 of 9 on third down, but they're 7 of 11. But it feels like it's fucking back breaking on third down every single time. Here comes a blitz from Patrick Queen. Whole lot of nothing. Where's he going? Nowhere. But there's laundry on the field. Please hope to God it's a fucking hold. There's laundry on the field, and I hope to God it's a hold. Thank the Lord. It's holding on the offense. Back him up 10 yards. It's holding. Thank the Lord. Somebody going to have to wake the fuck up and make a play right now. Please. Somebody has to wake the fuck up and make a play right now. Cameron Hayward on the sideline. His old fat ass needs a rest. He's also been doing a whole lot of nothing. Did he have a tackle? Oh, yeah, he's had a couple of tackles. Flacco over the middle. Pass is broken up. That ball is loose, and now we got a 3rd and 13. For the love of God. For the love of God and everything that is holy. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 3rd and 13. If we can't get a stop here, this game is done. Believe it or not, this game is done. Like, I will legitimately be pessimistic for the remainder of the game. Publicly, I'll be pessimistic. Internally, I'll maybe still be optimistic. Somebody, please stop these motherfuckers. Please. There's no reason they should be able to convert here on 3rd and 13. Please make a stop. 7 minutes left. Somebody got to make a play. No flag. Oh, my God. His hands is on his fucking outside. $45-yard field goal for McPherson. Easy work. He got that field goal. There it is through the uprights. That's 30. That's 30. All right, Aaron. Here you go. And he got a smile on his face. Rogers got a smile on his face, too. He knows it's prime time. You got an opportunity to go down the field and make something happen. Hold them to a field goal. Now it's on your shoulders, Aaron. This is what you paid you for. Oh, my God. Just don't give them an opportunity to get the football back. That's all that if we're going to have a game-winning drive, don't give them an opportunity to get the football back. Aaron is definitely capable of being able to pull this off, but just cannot give them the football back under any circumstance. It's not a shootout, not by any estimation. It is not a shootout. But if we're going to have to win this game, I do not want to see that football in Joe Flacco's hands at all. We need a long touchdown drive indeed. We need a long touchdown drive indeed. Yeah, not only is Palomalu getting gray, he's also getting a little fat. Christian put 5 on it. Said, hear about that teacher who called police on her students for stealing her Funko Pop? I have not. That's news to me. I haven't heard that at all. I haven't heard that at all. Oh, my Lord. We're trailing by 6 right now. Prime time against the Cincinnati Bengals. Aaron's going to have an opportunity to go down the field and make something happen here.
Is now following.
Back-to-back Pittsburgh Steelers drives have resulted in touchdowns. So now, and mind you, we've only had 2 drives in this half. Cincinnati's possessed the ball for 4, 7. Oof. They possessed the football for a damn near an entirety of a quarter. We've had the ball for a little under a half a quarter at like 8 minutes. We need this entire drive. We need the entirety of the remaining clock. We need the entirety of the remaining clock. Yeah, we 100% need 7 because every single Cincinnati drive since the first quarter has ended in Pittsburgh territory. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. We cannot under any circumstance, and field goal, of course. We cannot in any circumstance allow, well, it's 4 down territory regardless. So as far as I'm concerned, unless we get down there within 3 minutes, or I shouldn't even say 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, what would that put the time at? 3:58? Unless we get down and our drive halts at 3:30, it's 4 down territory. Across the board. It's 4 down territory. King Me Eli said Steelers heart attack incoming. No, Steelers heart attack is already happening. The concept of the heart attack is you're on the edge of your seat the entirety of the game. And that's Pittsburgh Steelers football, the entirety of the game. The heart attack's already happening. There's a kick into the landing zone. Do not fumble the football. Good return. Good return. Take it down to the 40-yard line. Great fucking return right there.
Is now following.
Great return right there by Williams. That's going to put him at the 40-yard line. Christian Pateno said DK and Scotty Miller need to get the ball with a 20-plus yard catch. Well, we shall see. Cannot turn it over. Oh, yeah, I want to check on Underdog. Yeah, I know I'm getting cooked right now. Let me go over to Underdog and see where I'm at. I know I'm getting cooked right now. I'm down by 40. Jamar Chase has 32 points. Flacco got 23. Jalen Warren got 19. Chase Brown got 11. Meanwhile, T. Higgins gave me 17. Rodgers gave me 17. DK Metcalf gave me 8. Kenneth Gainwell gave me 3.5. I got no points whatsoever. There's a handoff. Jalen Warren protecting the football. He's down after a gain of 2. I'm down by 40. It's about to be back-to-back losses for me over on Underdog. Christian Pavavon said people saying she went too far for doing so. Man, F them kids. They were high schoolers. They should have known better before the criminal justice system shows them. Well, if they went into her bag and they stole her shit, or she had it on display and they stole her shit, they definitely should have known better. There is no sort of excuse that can be made. Like, I despise whenever people be making it seem like, oh man, kids don't know right and wrong. You know what the fuck is right and wrong. Like, come on now. Eric Patuan said, I see the SWAT of the last inmate of New Orleans. Yeah, I did see. Oh, wow. They might throw a flag on a face mask here on the tackle. I guess not. There's not going to be no flag there on the tackle there on Jalen Warren. I thought they was going to throw a flag for a face mask. I guess not. But yeah, I did see the last one got apprehended. And apparently Mans was in Atlanta. Like, why were you not somewhere else? 3rd down. Here we go. It's 4-down territory as far as I'm concerned, because you can't give the ball back to Cincinnati. It's 4-down territory. Here you go. 3rd and 4 right now. Cannot get a false start whatsoever. Come on. Somebody got a block. Aaron Rodgers got to make a read right now. We got 5 seconds left to go here. No timeouts. Don't use no timeouts. Here we go. 2 seconds. There's the snap. Here comes the rush. Passes. Oh, my God. It's dropped by a fucking Pat Freiermuth. It's 4-down territory. What do you want to go? What do you want to do? They're keeping the offense on the field. No, they're going to punt. Oh, Jesus. Well. Oh, Lord. Why would Freiermuth stop? Freiermuth stopped at the sticks, but he should have stepped a bit more in. Rodgers got to throw a better ball, too. Fake punt. What? I don't think we playing Madden out here. Pathetic of a drive. Absolutely need a touchdown, and you're not going to get it. You got to hope for some sort of freaking heroics where somebody doesn't hold the football. Yeah, we're going to pin them inside the 10. Is it going to mean anything if we can't get a stop on defense? Absolutely not. It's not going to mean a damn thing if we can't get a stop on defense. Oh, my Lord. Now you gotta really hope, because at least you have 3 timeouts that remain. You have to stop these motherfuckers here. This is it. A field goal ends this game, correct? To be honest with you, they won't even really need a field goal. Just pretty much ices it, but does indeed end the game. But for all intents and purposes, 4 first downs, game done. No, they didn't punt the game away. It's early enough to where you still have the 3 timeouts to where you need your defense to get a stop. It's amongst the highest paid defenses in the NFL, albeit they haven't made a fucking stop all goddamn day. I personally believe they should have considered maybe going for it or something of that nature, but you need your defense to go and make a play. You pinned them inside the goddamn 10. I would have preferred if they pinned them inside the 5, but beggars can't be choosers. You have to get a stop here on defense, and then ultimately you need a touchdown. But it's a fucking atrocious that you go 3 and out there. You cannot go 3 and out there. So now you're bringing the defense out there. You know they're going to be running, but you can't fall for the play action fake. Jamar Chase, fucking 14 catches on 18 targets, just brutal. Imagine a safety somehow. I would hope so. Just terrible. Refs aren't on our side. No, refs aren't on anybody's side. Pittsburgh's penalties have all been legitimate for all intents and purposes. I'm not going to sit over there and put it on the refs. Can't put it on the refs. Defense has to show up and make a play here, period. You got to get off the field and pitch a 3 and out. Cincinnati has not punted since the first quarter. You need to go out there and make a play. Why do y'all want to trade for a wide receiver again? Because they need to get another receiver. The issue wasn't that Pickens couldn't perform. Like, I think that's probably what's getting lost in the conversation because everybody's like, oh, wow, Pittsburgh's looking for a receiver. Well, you had one in George Pickens. I don't think it was a matter, and I personally didn't like the trade of getting rid of Pickens, but ultimately it was because of the attitude. You had situations where he gave up on plays, albeit he's, in my opinion, the best 50-50 ball receiver in the NFL, but there was a ton of times in which you have him giving up on plays. He's not blocking on runs. Just the attitude is not there, albeit you're fucking not getting the football like you should be getting it. So I understand. But ultimately, if you're going to be playing a team sport, you have to be there on those plays. So I understand why they made a trade to go and get rid of Son. But at the same time, you should have been aggressive in going and grabbing another receiver. Calvin Austin goes down. Why the fuck didn't you sign somebody in free agency? Like, what are we doing, bro? It doesn't make any sense. Nonetheless, 5 minutes left to go here. You need to make a play. They're going to throw on first down. Jamar Chase almost made a catch. No flag. Please, no flag. Thank the Lord, no flag. Jamar Chase almost had a magnificent one-hand catch. That's target number 19, bro. That's target number 19. I don't know why the fuck this Eccles is even talking back at Jamar Chase. You shouldn't even be opening your mouth. Get back your dumb ass to the huddle. They should have thrown a flag there for defensive pass interference. They should have thrown a flag there for defensive pass interference. Force fed? I would even say that's force fed. He actually out here cooking. He actually out here cooking. Volunteers, not hostages, correct. You want volunteers, not hostages, correct. Some people will always say, man, they'll take a good player with like terrible morale or whatever. Oh my God, Joe Flacco tucked the football and ran himself. Joe Flacco tucked the football and ran himself. Highsmith ran right by him. Joe Flacco tucked the football and ran himself. This 40-fucking-year-old decided to tuck the football and run himself. The old man ran for a first down. Yep. Sunny days. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Old man tucked the fucking football and ran. You got to be kidding me. Look at Highsmith. Look at Highsmith. Mans ain't even consider that Flacco would have kept the football. Mans ain't even consider that Flacco kept the ball and went. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. This is it. Flacco's going to throw. Here comes Cam Hayward. Get your hands up. Throw that ball away. Eccles tried to see if he could keep his feet in bounds. I'd like to see the replay to see if he had the feet in bounds. No, he didn't. I don't think he did. Yeah, the element of old surprise indeed. At least the pass incomplete stops the clock, but they're going to continue to milk as much clock as they can. They need to get completions because incompletions are issues. Look how many Cincinnati fans are shirtless now. You got fucking 60-year-old dudes out there just fucking shirtless. Target number 20 right now? Yeah, that was target number 20, I guess. That's target number 20. What's the record for the most targets? I don't know. But I know T.O. had, what was it, 20 catch or some shit? Oh, shit. There they got him. Thank the Lord. There it is. T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward meet at the quarterback. That's a sack. All right. But, hey, timeout, 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 time. Well, I guess because they're on the north side of the 2-minute warning, might as well keep that timeout, I guess. T.J. Watt finally able to get back there, make a fucking play. Him and Cameron Hayward meet at the quarterback. Hell of a doggone job right there. That's a half sack for both of them. All right, come on now. Come on now. You got a 3rd and long. Cannot give up a completion. 3rd and 18. And remember, right now for Cincinnati, not only is a first down going to break the Steelers back, but if you could at least get a completion to where the clock continues to move, that's also a win as well. They're going to run the football. There's the handoff. Oh, my God. Get him on the ground, please. There it is. There's a timeout, timeout, timeout. I'd use a timeout now. I'd use a timeout now. I'd use a timeout right now. I would use a timeout right now, Tomlin. I'd use a timeout right now and conserve as much time as I can because I'm still on the north side of the 2-minute warning. I guess they say fuck it. I guess they say fuck it. You're still on the north side of the 2-minute warning. I'd use a timeout right now, but I guess not. I guess not. There's enough time. NFL record for targets was 25. So was that Brandon Marshall? Was that Brandon Marshall's 25 targets? KC Patu said, how does Cincy not run on 2nd and 10? I have no idea. Oh, my God. What a great fucking punt right there. Here we go. He's got it. They ended up forcing the fumble there on the return, Williams, but he was already out of bounds. And here comes Aaron Rodgers. He's got 36 career game-winning drives, third most amongst active players. All right, here we go. A touchdown wins this game. They're still on the north side of the 2-minute warning, so if in the event there's a turnover, you still have 3 timeouts to where you can try to stop the clock here. You got to be ready to go. This is it. This is it. This is why you came to Pittsburgh. Prime time. You got an opportunity to make a play right here. They still have all 3 timeouts, north side of the 2-minute warning. It's time. It's time. Don't do no. Oh, shit, he done pulled out the smelling salts. Aaron done pulled out the smelling salts. He pulled out 14 grams of crack. Did anybody see him have the smelling salt? He took a smell of the contraband. Aaron is high. He's high. He's going to run towards his right. He's using his feet. Rodgers down the field. Pass is broken up. Logan Wilson got a hand on the football. Aaron Rodgers just pulled out that 14 grams. Anybody saw him take a sniff? Hey, that brother is high right now. Somebody take a zoom in on Aaron's eyes. I think they starting to turn a little red. He took a sniff of what?
You buy 14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no.
All right, 2nd and 10. Aaron took a sniff. He took a sniff of those smelling salts that sprinkled with a little bit of crack. Here he is, pass over the middle, that's caught. First down, Roman Wilson to move the chains. They're now inside Cincinnati territory. Mr. Fights, but 5 on it. Said, oh, there's laundry on the field and it's a hold on the offense. This is coming back. Mr. Fights, but 5 on said they should hire this man as an assistant coach or so. He can help get more wins. Who? Oh, my Lord. Broderick Jones over here was holding on the play. Yeah, he did. He hooked the arm. That's where he ended up getting hoed, because he hooked the arm. Yup, he hooked the fucking arm. You got to be kidding me, bro. You got to be kidding me, bro. That's terrible time to get a fucking penalty. 7 goddamn penalties, 59 yards. It's coming back. 2nd and 20 right now for Pittsburgh. Somebody tell Aaron to take a swig of that 14 grams. He's going to need to take a swig right now. Here comes the rush. Oh, he's in trouble. Rodgers able to dodge, going down the field. Got a man wide open. It's caught. Freiermuth is going to go the distance. Freiermuth breaking away. Freiermuth running ahead. Freiermuth to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown, Pittsburgh to tie the game at 30 apiece. But these motherfuckers scored too doggone fast. They scored too doggone fast. Oh, Lord. Pittsburgh to the end zone, touchdown. Freiermuth goes the distance to the end zone, 2 plays, 59 yards, 2:21 left to go. Pittsburgh with the touchdown to tie this game. Mr. Fights with 2 and so you talking about me. Oh, I don't know about getting hired as an assistant coach. I don't think I got much of the acumen, if you will, to be able to be on that sideline and telling professionals how to go out there and play football. I'll get in somebody's face and talk some doggone shit, but hey, they're going to pull up my college stats and say, hold on, wait a minute, who the fuck's this guy? Extra point from Boswell through the uprights. It's good, and Pittsburgh has their first lead since the first quarter, but there's a little bit of concern because they scored a little bit too fast. But what did I tell you guys? He took a sniff of the smelling salts.
You buy 14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
Who was on crack?
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no. Oh, please. Tell me that no. Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that no.
He took a sniff of the smelling salts and made a play. Freiermuth with his 2nd touchdown today. That's 4 TDs for the old man in the Unk Bowl for Pittsburgh to take the lead. Kristen put 10 on it, said Pittsburgh Steelers TD. But now it's on the defense to be able to go out there and make a play. Because they scored, but they scored too fast. They scored too fast. And I told you guys coming into this game, it's up to Pat Freiermuth to go and step up. Remember, coming into this game, outside of DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin, 3 receptions total by the wide receiver core by the Pittsburgh Steelers. You had what? 2 by Skoranek, 1 by Roman Wilson, or maybe 1 by Scotty Tuhati Miller, and then 2 by Skoranek, or maybe none by Roman Wilson. Whatever the case was, receivers for Pittsburgh were not making receptions. So given that's the case, now you have an opportunity where you have the tight ends that have to go and step up. And today, the tight ends came to play. Pittsburgh Steelers got 4 touchdown passes from Aaron Rodgers. Jonnu Smith scored the first one. Freiermuth scored the second one. Darnell Washington scored the third one. Freiermuth scored the fourth one. Nothing but doggone tight ends that scoring here today. But here comes Joe Cool, the third ideation of Joe Cool. First it was Joe Namath. Then it was Joe Flacco. Then it was Joe Montana. Then it was Joe Flacco. Now it's Joe Burrow. The third ideation of Joe Cool, Joe 2.0, 3.0 it really should be, because they got signs for Joe 2.0 in the stands. It's really Joe 3.0. Here comes Flacco with an opportunity to play spoiler against Pittsburgh for the 4th time in his career, because he's got 3 game-winning drives against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And can he do it once more? Flacco down the field, got a wide open Jamar Chase. That's a first down. And they're going to keep him in bounds so they could take this to the 2-minute warning. And remember, a field goal wins this game. A field goal wins this game, so you can't play soft coverage. That's catch number 15 right now for Jamar Chase. Whole Army put 2 on and said this game is still a Tomlin trap game. It's not a trap game for Tomlin. It's just at this point they're not trap games. If it happens every single year, it's not a trap game. Albert said the Spike Dudley video was goated. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If it happens every single year, it's not a trap game. Trap games is the games that you get caught off guard. This is a divisional game. It's impossible to have a divisional game be a trap game. The defense is going to sell. They're going to need to show up and make a fucking play, man. Week 1 against the Jets, they were selling, not performing very well, and then they came up clutch in the clutch. So now it's time for the defense to really, get down and make a doggone play here. Defense needs to show up and show out. You need to make a play here. You need to make a play here. Cincinnati right now, 15 yards. They're at their own 45-yard line on a first down. Pittsburgh has to get a stop. Pittsburgh has to get a stop. If you can get a sack right now, that would be masterful. But remember, Cincinnati still has access to their entire playbook. You can run the football here, which they've done magnificently well. 10 carries from Chase Brown, 106 yards. He has a 37-yard run. He also has a 20-plus yard run. Half of his yardage came off of just 2 carries. But guess what? The other 8 carries, he's averaging over 6-plus yards per carry. So as far as I'm concerned, you could put the football in the hands of Chase Brown. Or if you want to find Jamar Chase, he's got 15 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown on 22 targets. Somebody's going to have to step up and make a play. Flacco is 29 of 45, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. Somebody's going to need to make a play for Pittsburgh. Aaron, 22 of 32, 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2 interceptions as well. 1 terrible pass, but then the other one was a magnificent play by the DB to take the football away from DK Metcalf. Whatever the case just so happens to be, it is a hell of a doggone finish that we're about to have down the wire here, down the stretch in Cincinnati, Ohio. Mr. Fights for 5 said, just bet like you feel like I'd be able to make the right calls at the right time. Just your opinion? Maybe I can make the right calls, but players got to go out there and make plays. But all right, here we go. 2-minute warning from the 45-yard line. Somebody got to make a play here. Thank you very much for those who said bless you. All right, here we go. Joe Flacco got time. Pass is dumped off. There's Jamar Chase by himself again. And now he's across the 40-yard line. That's a first down. How the fuck do you not? How is he open? I'm so confused. We're playing zone. How is he open? How the fuck is he open? And he gets out of bounds. That's a huge first down right there. How is he open? How the fuck is he wide open? Nobody's guarding the guy who's got 16 catches, bro. How does that happen? Somebody needs to explain to me how the fuck does that happen? 18-yard pass and catch down to Pittsburgh's. What are they? Where are they at right now? They're at the that takes them down to what, the 38? Now they got to just burn some clock. They're in field goal range. It's a long field goal nonetheless, but they're at the 37-yard line, pardon. Now they could just run the football here. There's Chase Brown. Got to make a tackle. He's going to take it down to the 35. That's a 52-yard field goal if they can. Timeout, Pittsburgh. That's so fucked. How do you leave the guy who's completely cooking you all day, you leave him wide open on a fucking drag? How does that happen? How does that happen? Ridiculous. When you need the defense to go and make a play, they did not show up. McPherson is 7 of 12 on leading field goals in the last 2 minutes. His last miss was in 2014, last year in week 11. Expensive defense not doing their best. Indeed. You got to be kidding me. You have absolutely got to be kidding me. Like, it's so apropos. Here you are with an opportunity to make a play, and the one guy who's been beating you all day, you leave him wide open. I would have preferred if the Bengals scored a touchdown right here. Well, on that play. Ridiculous. What's Flacco going to do? Flacco's going to throw. He's looking for T. Higgins one-on-one with Jalen Ramsey. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's going to slide. That's the smart thing to do. That's the smart thing to do. T. Higgins just slides right there. He beat him again. He beat Jalen Ramsey again. Jalen Ramsey got beat by Higgins in the Super Bowl, and he just got beat by T. Higgins again. Oh, my Lord. You're supposed to be an all-pro, and you get beat right there. And hell of a play by T. Higgins going down to the ground. Hell of a play by T. Higgins from going down to the ground. That's very smart. Don't go score the touchdown. Just go down right there. And Pittsburgh got to essentially be able to get 2 stops right here and then call timeout so that maybe you could have a little bit of time. That's your only opportunity. That's legitimately your only opportunity. They got what? Actually, no, they don't have another opportunity because they've only got 1 timeout left. This is pretty much it right here. You got to hope that you're able to get a punt block. You got to legitimately hope, but not even punt block, field goal block. That's it. You got to hope you can block the doggone field goal. You end up getting beat right there. You're supposed to be the man who can make a play. That's why they traded for you. Why would Pittsburgh use the timeout now? You might as well just save it to try to ice the kicker. I don't know why you would use your timeout now. What is the timeout now going to do for you? Nothing. When you need somebody to go make a play, you can't. What did I say when they scored the touchdown? They scored too fast. Oh, Lord. I'm not remotely surprised. What did I tell you guys? Now it's on the special teams to have to go out there and make a play. This will take it down to, they could just, the next play, they could run it down to maybe about like leave 10 seconds. It don't even really matter, really. It don't even really matter. That is such Pittsburgh Steelers football right there. I'm not remotely surprised. Now you got to hope the special teams can make a play. All last year, special teams was making Herculean effort plays left and right. They're going to use a timeout. Yep, they're going to use a timeout right there. And then afterwards, they could probably take a knee, take off about 4 seconds, take it down to about 10, and then kick the field goal right there. You just got to hope that nobody messes around and allows somebody to come through on the block. What did I tell you? The entirety of the stream. What did I tell you guys? The defense is constantly bend, don't break, bend, don't break, bend, don't break. But all they did today was break. Big gasher play after gasher play after gasher play. How do you allow that to happen? Just gasher play after gasher play after gasher play. It's been a lot of blocked field goals this year, indeed. There has been a lot of blocked field goals this year. Pittsburgh hasn't been one of those teams that blocked one. They haven't been one of those teams that could block that blocked one. They blocked a field goal in the past. Will it happen now? Who knows? Mr. Fights Pateno said, why do they keep losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to? Because it's the Pittsburgh Steelers way under Mike Tomlin. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers way under Mike Tomlin. Any Pittsburgh Steelers fan who came into this game not fearing that Joe Flacco can mess around and pull out the W, I don't think you've been watching the Steelers long enough. I'm not remotely surprised. I told you guys at the start of the stream. I told you in the middle of the stream. I told you after Pittsburgh scored the touchdown, they scored way too soon. As far as I'm concerned, even though you were trailing by a touchdown, shit, Moof could have fell at the damn 10-yard line. Yeah, Tomlin's not trash. He's good, not great. I agree. Chris said, pray for this miracle Brock. They even, at this point, there's no need for prayer. They got to go out there and just try to go and execute. They got to just go out there and execute. All right, 11 seconds remaining. We seen this happen in 2015. Flacco did it in 2015 where Tucker hit 3 straight field goals. And here you go, 36-yard attempt. Are they even going to get off the line? Nope, nobody's going to be in position for the block. That's easy. That's easy. He got it, 36-yard field goal right down the middle. That's a field goal. It's through the uprights, and that's good. Since he's got the lead. Nobody even came off the fucking line. Nobody even tried to make a block. Nobody even tried to make a block. And all they got to do is just kick it into the landing zone here. All they got to do is just kick it into the landing zone here. Unless you get yourself a very good return, you got to hope for a fucking Hail Mary. They're going to kick it right into the landing zone, force you to have to get a return. And then you got to hope you can get a good enough return to where you can get down to about like the 45 and leave time on the clock. Look at the lack of effort there on the fucking field goal block. Nobody even got off the ball fast. Pathetic. 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 I'm not remotely surprised. I'm not remotely surprised. Oh, best believe I have the review video coming. In fact, because it's been a long day going to the fucking hospital and back. Once this game is done in the next 10 seconds, it'll be fast. I'll record the video right after. And then I could go to sleep. Wow, he kicked it out the back of the end zone. I'll be damned. That brings him out to the 35. You gotta hope that you can make it down to the sideline. 7 seconds left. You need one play. KC for 5 wants, if you're Aaron Rodgers, what do you say in the post-game interview? What do you say? It's not even on. Believe it or not, I can't even really put this on the offense. The interceptions were bad, but the offense in the second half did what you needed. The defense couldn't get a stop. This is 100% on the defense. It's 100% on the defense. You have to play the sideline right here. You have to get close enough to where you can at least get an attempt. You got to get close enough to where you can at least get an attempt. You got 7 seconds, and I don't see Jared Cook or 2016 Aaron Rodgers. There's Fryer Movies out of bounds. Oh, there's 3 seconds. Yeah, it's a wrap. You got to try a Hail Mary. There's not enough time. I thought they would try to get a bit more depth there. He's going to have to launch it to the end zone. He's going to have to launch it to the end zone. That's his only bet. He's going to have to launch it to the end zone. Or if maybe you can bait a flag, but the probability of them throwing a flag at this down and distance at this point of the game, it's very difficult. Rodgers is rolling. He's going to try to launch it. The ball is up. He's got the distance. It's batted down. That's it. That's it. He actually had the distance. He launched it down there. Nobody went to go make a play on the football. DK Metcalf was underneath. He should have trailed to see if he could get underneath it to get down there. Rodgers had the arm. Rodgers had the arm, but nobody went to go make a play on the football. That was incredibly easy. That's a hell of a fucking game right there from the Cincinnati Bengals. Am I surprised? No. What did I tell you guys coming into the game? It's divisional football. Tomlin's 0-6 on Thursday night against, or I should say the Steelers are 0-6 on Thursday night against divisional opponents. Tomlin on the road on Thursday nights like 0-6, now 0-7. Every single time they play on Thursday Night Football, they underperform and deliver. So I'm not remotely surprised whatsoever. The defense continues to be bend, don't fucking break. Today, they bent and they broke all fucking day. Rodgers put the ball up there. Metcalf never got in position to go make a play on the football. Freiermuth, Miller, and who else was down there? Nobody else even looked at. That's a hell of a fucking throw by Rodgers. He got it all the way up there. Somebody got to go make a play on the fucking football. Nobody went over there except for Cincinnati Bengals. They took the fucking L. The defense played like absolute ass. That's solely on them. You can't say anything bad about the Cincinnati Bengals here today. They showed up, they showed out, they played. But for Pittsburgh... Mr. Fights put 5 on, said, this is why I'm always mad at the Steelers. Well, yes. And then 1234 on it, Macho said, yeah, you bet $800 on the Bengals to win. The odds were against them big time, and you freaking won. You're going to buy and download all the Call of Duty to now. Well, congratulations to you. But for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got to take out their Metro card and get aboard the train. Pack them boys up. Why? Because tonight
You lose.
thought you was winning on Thursday night.
Failure.
Somebody get them their dinner.
Fresh hot ales. 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 Fresh hot ales.
Fresh hot ales. Get them their lemons.
It's over. You lose. It's over. You lose.
Nakota put 5 on it, said, put 2 on, said Pittsburgh got beat by old man Flacco. Indeed, they did. They got fucking cooked. Midas said the Tomlin's first season as a head coach in 2007. The Steelers have been 9-11 on Thursday Night Football, including an abysmal 1-5 since 2019. After tonight's game, it's 9-12, 1-6. I'm definitely going to utilize that statistic in the review in just a little bit. Let me set myself up, and then y'all stay tuned on the channel. I'll have my full reaction to the game up in about 25 minutes. I think I got about 10 minutes of a rant in me. So I'll see y'all on the channel momentarily. Y'all have yourselves a good night. Stay tuned. It's coming up on YouTube. It'll be on Patreon. I'm going to have it on Facebook. I might just mess around and put it on Instagram. I'll see y'all in a bit.
Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.